I'm going to play the first. Now, this first video, I'm supposed to be a wealthy guy, and I have. It's really weird.
Are you supposed to be a fraud?
You've not seen any of these, right?
No.
Okay, so please remember the dialogue was not written by me, but I'm going to say excuse me a lot.
Oh,
so,
no.
And I'm sorry, I didn't come up with
Hey,
that.
Martha.
Hey, there she is. Hey, I'm just about to play a video, so here we go, the first one. Hopefully.
I'm Classy Mike Trash from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and I'm reading for the part of John.
This one I
Josie
think we did
continues
do.
on without
We
skipping
tried
a
to.
beat to the dressing rooms. All the doors are open but one. Minutes later, John opens the door to find Josie waiting for him.
Whoa. All right. What are you doing here? Help! Excuse me, this is completely inappropriate. I'm calling for the police now.
He grabs his phone. You're the CFO of Care Capital, right?
Excuse me, are you stalking me?
I need you to approve my insurance claim or I'm going to die.
This is fucking crazy. Excuse me!
Josie pulls her sleeve back and puts it in his face, her eyes watering. Do you see this? It's a rare skin disease and it's highly contagious. John takes 2 steps back into the dressing room quickly.
Excuse me! Excuse me! Help!
Josie pulls down her hood and removes her long jacket, revealing that much of her muscle tone is now exposed. The skin infection has spread to her head. Her face is enveloped in the infection, leaving a small portion of unaffected around her mouth, eyes, and nose. Look at me! Look at me! And John now is starting to sweat, trying to avoid direct eye contact. The store employee rushes back to the dressing room and looks up dumbfounded.
Help! Please call the police!
I need you to approve my insurance claim or I'm going to die.
Listen, I don't know your case, and these things are complex. I can't just...
Josie walks closer and blocks the door to the dressing room. I need you to approve my claim or I'm going to die.
Here, hang on. Hang on.
John pulls out his phone and tries to open up the right app. Josie looks at the open dressing room door. She sees the lock and feels the growing attention in the room. She instinctively enters the dressing room and locks the door behind her. The dressing room is dead quiet. End scene.
Ooh.
So I'm supposed to be head of an insurance company, and so it was really weird. And I hated saying excuse. I felt like Vicky Guerrero. Excuse me, excuse me. I was like, couldn't you come up with better dialogue than? I didn't get that. By the way, I didn't get the part. Hey, Christine's there too.
Hola.
From Mexico. Holy cow!
Hola.
You get around, don't you? Oh boy, say hello to my little friend. Oh no, he was Italian, wasn't he? Sorry. The next one here is this is a WebMD thing that I was working on.
You're a doctor?
No, I'm a patient.
Oh, geez.
Hi, I'm Classy Mike Trash, Dauphin, Pennsylvania. I'm 6'2" and 270, and I'm playing the part of Kevin.
Hi, Kevin. It's nice to see you. How have you been?
You too. I'm doing well. No complaints.
That's good. Is there anything specific that you wanted to go over today?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, let's start by reviewing a few things, then we can go from there.
Sounds good.
How are things at home and at work?
Things at home are good. Work's been busy lately, but good. I've been trying to take more breaks throughout my workday to get some exercise. I can't say that I exercise every day, but I'm making more of an effort than I ever was before.
What are you doing for exercise?
Well, lately I've been trying to take more breaks throughout my workday to take a walk around the office building. Things have been busy lately, so some days I'm not able to get away. But I'm trying to make more of an effort.
I'm glad to hear that. And I know we previously talked about you wanting to quit smoking. Is that something you would like to talk about today?
Well, I'd be open to that, but I'm still going through about a pack a day, so the idea of quitting completely seems almost impossible.
Well, since you're open to quitting, I'm happy to provide you with some resources today that you can take home and look over.
Sure, that'd be good.
End scene.
I mean, a pack a day. I'm really.
Yeah. Chain smoker.
Yeah. I'd probably be better off if I smoked some chains rather than. But yeah, that one. I actually got a call back that I had to give them dates and stuff. I'm hoping to hear from them again, but you never know. You don't know if you're gonna.
Well, I agree with you, Ann. She says you can do it.
Well, it's not up to me in this point. This is another one as a detective. Now, I did a detective a couple weeks ago. This is another detective one.
Yeah, I don't see you being a detective.
Oh, come on, I'm a good detective. And it actually, I liked doing this one. It was kind of fun. It was, but it was kind of, see, the thing that's neat about it is now I'm getting a different genres. Like now I can do, anytime I got to do a detective, I just send them the detective clips and they can see what I was like, how serious
Okay.
I am. And whenever I have to do dramatic roles, I'll do detectives, send a detective one.
Nice.
So I did it like that for a reason because
Jesse Joe even thinks you can do it.
this one is I'm Detective Lynch.
Did you say Leech or Neech?
Lynch.
Oh.
Lynch, not Leech.
Detective Lynch and Detective Crawley are doing some late night work on the Mystic River murders.
You don't think Hank is out of retirement, do you?
Your guess is as good as mine. It's just his Goonies are all men, but the sightings we're getting for this case is a woman.
He could have hired a woman. This Remy woman. What do we know about her?
She seems clean. There's no red flags except she fits the description to a T. She also has no alibi.
No alibi, huh?
Should we bring her in?
Let's do some more work on Hank and his team. I know they're behind this.
Okay, we'll go in tomorrow.
Sounds good. Hey, don't forget my iced coffee.
She rolls her eyes. End scene.
Then there was a second scene.
Detective Lynch and Detective Crawley enter.
Okay, boys, what are we up to today?
My good sir, can I offer you a beer?
You're joking.
He was joking. New detective, what do we owe this pleasure? Detective Crawley does not like the comment. I'm armed like any other police officer. We're here on a matter of the Mystic River murders. Wasn't that done by a woman? I heard you caught her. Okay, good job. Case closed.
Problem is, we don't think she did it.
Well, I don't see any females here. They look at Detective Crawley, who rolls her eyes. If I find out that you're behind this, Hank, you and your team will be spending 20 to life in prison. Serial killers are more likely to be given the death sentence. Stop talking.
If you can think of anything else, call us.
He hands them a card. End scene.
And that was that. Now I also played the another one for that, but I didn't put that on the list. I played the bad guy, but he only had a couple lines, so it's not worth playing. But this one here, I think is my favorite out of the four. This is from Watchers.
Classy Mike Trash from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and I'm reading for the part of The Anchor.
I really like this one.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now to our developing story. A suspect has been identified in relation to a young boy being set on fire as part of some kind of social media stunt or sick game. I mean, what kind of world are we living in that Corbin Watts here believes that it's okay to do this? Truly disgusting one. A truly disgusting one. Well, Corbin Watts, all I can say is that I'm glad the Watchers are coming for you. They're coming, Corbin. They're coming.
Gentle, ladies and gentle.
That's what it said in the script. It said, "Ladies and gentle." So that was my
Wow.
favorite one out of them all.
That evil laugh of yours is scary.
Well, see, that's the thing. I love, and I came up with that thing of coming right into the camera. That was my idea because I thought that would be the evil laugh was fun. All I had to do was listen to Christine laugh, and that's her laugh.
Oh, that's mean.
I tease her about that because she has an evil laugh. But yeah, that's the clips of the week.
Nice.
I kind of like the last one the best, but you know, I liked all of them for a specific reason. Well, I didn't like the first one. The first one, I just didn't like the script. It wasn't that I didn't
Yeah,
think I
it
did
could have
anything
been worded differently.
wrong. Yeah. I thought it should have been like they should have had more, I don't know, more interaction or something. So, what was your favorite in the chat room?
D, all of the above.
All the above. Well, D would have been the watchers.
No, you only played 3, didn't you?
4.
Oh, then E, all of the above.
There you go. I think I'm
Good
going
night, Jesse Joe. Sweet dreams. Love you.
I hope you have a pleasant sleep. But anyway, yeah, it was a lot of fun. So, all right, so those are all gone now. And the neat thing is, though, with all the ones that I've done, I now can do testimonials. I can now do doctor's visits, because now I have a couple clips of doing being a patient.
And we all know that you're not a very good patient.
No, I'm not. I'm a better patient on camera. So, all right, let's see here. This is a interesting one. WWE. I got some wrestling stuff. 2 generational wrestlers expected to miss an upcoming pay-per-view. Okay, so they're doing a Saudi Arabia pay-per-view.
Okay.
Again, and there's some people that don't want to go to it. In the past, Cena's not wanted to do it. There's been a handful of people because they're either unhappy with the way the Saudi Arabia people
React?
no, their politics. Or, in the case of one of these wrestlers that isn't going, they're Jewish.
Oh,
So, in this particular case, the one is Jewish. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens will most likely miss the Night of Champions.
wow.
It's been theorized anyway. WWE announced last night the King and Queen of the Ring is set for May 27th in Saudi Arabia. And it's now been replaced by the Night of Champions. And despite being title holders, Owens and Zayn are expected to miss it.
Wow.
Now, the reason is Zayn is Jewish,
Okay.
and Owens is being supportive of his partner.
Okay.
So chances are they're going to lose the belts before then.
Right. Yeah, because that wouldn't be right.
Right. And it wouldn't be right to say you've got to go because obviously they've got that.
Religious.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's my belief is that my belief in this this article here is that they'll probably lose the belts before they get over there. So just kind of interesting that was a thing. So this doesn't have any. I thought they did. Usually they have a thing where I can put. There it is. Okay, now I can put it on there. That's the first thing I've posted today. And then we've got, okay, we got this one, tweet it. And while we're doing this, I will, I bought a new computer for the video editing and stuff, and it's a really, really, really powerful computer. It's got an 8 terabyte hard drive in it. It's got 32 gig of memory.
Wow.
And this is an i7, and most of my computers are i7s, which are pretty powerful. This one's an i9, which is really, really powerful.
Well,
So,
how do you know if it's an i7 or an i9?
you can go into you go to your settings, and what you do is you go to your about, or system first,
Okay.
and then at the bottom of system, way at the bottom, it's about. And then it'll tell you, yours is an AMD, I think, isn't it? Yeah, yours is an AMD.
Okay, that's where, okay.
And yours has 8 gig of RAM. It has an AMD with AMD graphics, and it doesn't say your hard drive space, but it says you're running a 64-bit system. So that's how you would figure that out, and then you
Okay.
can figure out what size hard drive by bringing up your folder and go to your you'll go to your system where my computer or whatever it is, the C drive. There you go. And then you right click, and you go to properties, and it will tell you that you have a terabyte, and you're using 800, or you're using 104 gig.
Okay.
So
So I still have plenty of room.
yes, you have plenty of room. But if your system is real slow, it's probably memory,
Okay.
or it could be the hard drive's full, so it's going to go slower because it's full.
Okay.
So in the case of my old computer, the old HP that I had up there that died, it had a terabyte, but the terabyte was full, so it couldn't go very fast. It was, and then
Well, sometimes at home this thing seems to go slow, and I'm thinking, it's probably the network.
it probably is, more than likely the network, and there could be a time of day when it's harder to run than others.
Right. Yeah, because depending on how many things I have connected to my wireless, like my air fryer's connected, I've got my phone connected,
That's
my
right, you got
roommate,
the same one as I do.
my roommates have their phones connected and TVs connected.
There's a really cool trick with that air fryer too. Do you have Alexa?
No.
You've got to get one. It's awesome because what you do is you say, Alexa, you say, turn the air fryer on, broil for 33 minutes at whatever setting, and it'll do it for you. So you don't
Oh,
have to,
wow.
you don't even have to turn the knobs.
Oh, wow.
It's fun. It's, half the time I forget that I have that, but when I do remember it, it's actually kind of cool. So, all right. So you saw this. You saw this. Now we're back. Okay. Next. Sadly, this is a sadly sad thing.
We shouldn't be doing sad things.
Abdullah the Butcher says
okay,
he's
yeah.
broke after his wife and his brother, wife and her brother, took advantage of him and his own assets. Now, one thing that I found out about him that I didn't know, and I don't know if you know this or not, it's a second grade education.
Oh, no, I didn't.
He does not know how to read.
Wow.
So she got to take advantage of him big time.
Yeah, I just saw the headline and
It's sad. It's really sad because he looks really bad right now because he can't walk or anything. I saw him on one of the WWE Legends thing where he was, our feuds. I think it was on the feuds where he was talking about one of the feuds and stuff. He's really in bad shape because basically his only income is Social Security. He's an old man. He can't go out there and work. He's 81.
wow.
And I didn't think he was 81, but he's 81. That means he's like almost 10 years older than Flair. So he was working up till he was working up till recently. But anyway, Hall of Famer, WWE Hall of Famer, Abdullah the Butcher. I'm really surprised he's a Hall of Famer with WWE because he never worked with WWE. He worked with WWF, but he never worked with WWE.
Well, maybe it was that, and because they call it the WWE Hall of Fame, they grandfathered the other ones in.
Now, what they did was they actually are trying to make it legit.
Okay.
And they're bringing in people that may not have even worked for WWE. And I think that's kind of cool because there's certain people in the business that you gotta pay attention to. You got to recognize what they were worth. And actually this weekend Sunday they did the Iron Sheik. They did a really great piece on him. They talked about him being an Olympic guy they talked really legit. And they also talked about him kicking his drug habit and his alcohol habit, which was awesome.
No more candy for him.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is. Yeah. But it was kind of cool the fact that they actually, did the good and the bad. They talked about his daughter being killed by her ex-boyfriend, and how after that, he went on a tailspin and really, his wife left him because she couldn't control him anymore. And his wife, oh man, she's a saint. To put up with him, she's a saint. I mean, he's a cool guy. I mean, when you talk to him, he's actually a pretty good guy. We got along with him well, and I wish I had the video, or I wish I had the audio of that. But we had some good talks with him, and
I still can remember, I'm eating barbecued ribs and he's calling. It's like, well, wipe
No.
your
I'm
hands.
talking about Sheik.
Oh.
Well, now we'll go back to that.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about Abdullah. So Abdullah the butcher said that, his career lasted, it says here, 1970s through the early 2000s. Now, I think he was actually working spot shows after that too, but the main part of his journey was, 30 some years in the ring. And he's not exactly the picture of health. I mean, he's about 5 foot, maybe 6,
Okay, he's my height then.
but he's scary as anything. He scared me when I was a kid. He scared the living daylights out of me because you just didn't know what you were going to get with him. And it was just kind of neat to actually be able to talk to him, because I always thought he was a really cool guy. And anyway, it says here he revealed that at 81 he doesn't have any money. He noted that he'd been ripped off in the past and continues to be ripped off. In 2014, he lost $2.3 million lawsuit to another wrestler because he couldn't read or write and had no idea what he was being summoned to court.
Wow.
So he lost the case by default. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That would have been his retirement money. However, a pro wrestler believes he's been taken advantage of, and as all the profit from his final restaurant with his name and likeness went elsewhere. He revealed that he had to sell his Hall of Fame ring for money. The story of Abdullah the Butcher gets even unfortunate, as according to the GoFundMe, which you can donate here, which I have looked at, and we're going to look at that, notes that he's handicapped and he needs a hip replacement, and he uses a walker to get around. The description, now, last time I saw him, he had lost a lot of weight, by the way. I don't know what he looks like now, but I think he had lost a lot of weight. The description of the page claims that his wife owns all of his assets that he has, including his home, which has the deed in the name of his wife and brother. His wife now wants a divorce, and you can read the entire description here. It says, "Hi everyone, my name is Elsa Jeffries, and I'm fundraising for my godfather, who is not only a legend and Hall of Fame wrestler, but a great humanitarian that has spent most of his life in his charitable efforts to help his family, the homeless on the streets of Atlanta, the elderly, handicapped, those hospitalized, and different organizations here in Atlanta, Georgia. And of course, his name is Abdullah the Butcher. My godfather is 81 years old, on a fixed income, handicapped, walking on a walker, in need of a hip replacement, and due to his condition and the COVID-19 pandemic situation, he cannot get around to make money that he's used to making.
Wow.
He's seriously in need of your help. I need you to help me to hire 2 attorneys for 2 different cases. Though Abdullah's highest level of school is 2nd grade, his natural genius and strong will to be successful. Help motivate and inspire him to overcome his schooling handicap. The man has worked hard most of his life to carve out and build his professional wrestling career, and has been taken advantage of by his wife and her brother, just to find out that his wife owns all of his assets. He worked most of his life and he owns nothing. His wife is from Korea. He met her in Japan. She came here with absolutely nothing, while he traveled the world working hard, making a living. She and her brother obviously were taking advantage of him till where his first home he purchased here in Georgia, way before he met her. He recently found out that the deed was changed to both of their names without his knowledge and signature. And now she wants a divorce, and this is only touching the surface of the story. He has no money to hire an attorney to properly represent him. He also needs an attorney to represent him in a civil case here in Fulton County, brought here from Canada, in which he was not able to attend court in Canada due to the condition of his hip and his doctor's orders. He's desperately trying to seek attorneys to properly represent him in both cases, but the attorney's fees are very expensive, in which he cannot afford due to his fixed income. The judge in his civil case
Gave him 60
gave
days.
him 60 days to get an attorney, and he needs a divorce attorney ASAP because he has a hearing in February, and attorneys need time to prepare each case. and support. My goal is to raise $50,000 for Abdullah, is in need of your prayer and support. I promise you that every penny of your donations will go to his attorney fees. Thank you in advance, and blah blah blah. So
Now, I wonder why, because he's on a fixed income,
he's got Social Security.
right? Why couldn't he get a pro bono attorney? Why wouldn't he qualify for something like that?
I don't know the answer to that. It's really sad to me to see a guy that spent
Yeah.
his life in wrestling and made. I mean, he made a ton of money, especially in Japan.
Right.
He made lots of money in Japan because he was such a huge name in Japan. But he's up to actually he made $2,000 from yesterday to today. But
And I see Chris Jericho donated.
yep, as he always does. He's
Yeah.
a good man. I'm
Oh,
telling
yeah.
you, Chris Jericho is. I can't say enough good things about him. He's a heel all the time, but he steps up, and I wish everybody would be like that. So here's basically that says the same thing, and it says here people were saying different things. It's just I just feel bad for the guy because he just a lot of these guys. I don't know. He had all these businesses and stuff, and the woman took all his money.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes a really low person to do this kind of stuff. It'd be one thing if you're trying to take some of his money, but to take all of his
it,
money,
yeah.
that's a special low. There's a special place in hell for people like
But
that.
I'm sure if you'd ask her, she'd say, well, we have to be able to live, and I didn't want him blowing it on useless
Yeah, that's
things.
why she's going to take it all. So
Yeah.
that way he won't blow it on useless things. I
My
don't know.
favorite memory is when he called you when we were in Georgia.
It was pretty cool. I got to tell you, it was a highlight in my life.
Yeah, because your hands were covered in barbecue sauce.
That was, and we were eating at his restaurant.
Uh-huh.
But he did lose a lot of weight. He lost quite a bit of weight. But I really feel bad for him because he really does deserve to be treated better. But I don't know. I don't know. I feel really bad that someone like this would take everything he's got, But anyway.
Yeah, you can see all the scars on his forehead from
Oh,
all
yeah.
the hardcore matches.
Yeah, that's all. He was major hardcore. I mean, this guy. He scared me though. Like I said, when I was a kid, he scared me a lot because that guy, you didn't know. I mean, because I believed that was real when I was a kid, and I believed he was scary. But he turned out to be a decent guy. Oh shoot! Now what I do?
You just
freaking
reposted it.
I gotta repost it again though because where is it? Where is it? Here it is. There it is. Okay. Freaking I wanted to repost this too. I wanted to put it on my Facebook too. So I feel for the guy. 81 though. Freaking A.
Wow.
That's crazy. Who would ever thought? I mean, but he truly is a legend. And all right, let me see. I guess I gotta do this too. Wait a minute, where is it? Or did I get another one? This one. I guess it goes on me. I thought I had I thought there was maybe it's down at the bottom. Maybe it isn't. All right. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's at the top.
Let's play Find the Icon.
Yeah, really. May have already done this. If I did do it. Nope, I didn't. Okay. All right. Now, and then we need this one here. I feel bad for the guy, though.
Yeah. The fact that he married a woman like that.
I mean, okay, I can understand if you're married to him for a period of time, you get part of the money. But
Right.
to take everything, that's just
Well, maybe
sad.
her family convinced her that she should have everything or she'd have nothing.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think that he probably wasn't the easiest person to live with. But you still don't take everything. That's the problem. When you take everything, you begin to look really greedy. Then we took a look at, now, we just saw him walking, or
Right.
where he can't walk anymore, I should
Right.
say. Here's someone else that you don't want to see is really that bad, but this guy is just as bad.
Mm-hmm.
Ozzy Osbourne.
Wow.
He looks horrible. Horrible. It says, according to page 6, Ozzy Osbourne was photographed walking without his cane in Los Angeles last Thursday, April 13th. 74-year-old singer looked unbalanced as he walked alongside with his carrier, who picked up flowers during the daytime stroll around the neighborhood and held them for Osbourne to take a whiff. So I'm trying to see if this is where the picture is or not. It might be in the other article. Here it is.
Wow.
I mean, oh man, Ozzy Osbourne. That's sad.
Well, I know with superstar Billy Graham, it's the same way.
Yeah. Well, Superstar, he took a lot of steroids, okay? Part of what he's got as a result of the steroid. I'm not saying that's, but that is, sometimes you do things that you think is going to make you a lot of money. And he
Right.
did make a lot of money. But your health,
But keep in mind of their ages, too. They're up there.
but he was supposed to die in 2000 or around 2003 or 4. He was on his deathbed. So he's been on his deathbed. It's funny because he outlived all these other people, and he's been on his deathbed since since the 90s. So he's had hip problems and issues and stuff like that. And now he's got these issues that with his health that are, he's not going to be. I don't know how he's going to make it, to be honest with you. And it's sad. But this guy here, he looks like a zombie. You take a look at the way he's walking and stuff. He looks horrible. Somebody does have him.
Yeah, you have them. Okay, just
Do
making
I have him?
sure.
I thought I dropped him.
No, you still have them.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. It's right there.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Ozzy.
No, I'm talking
Your
superstar.
daughter took my Ozzy.
Yeah, well, I knew that.
Yeah.
I was just checking to make sure Superstar was
Well,
on
yeah, I
there.
put him on there after I read about all of his issues. I mean, I don't want him to die, but if someone's going to get points, I should get points. That's the way I feel. By the way, I feel that someday people are going to get me back because they're going to put me on their death list. So, don't think that hasn't crossed my mind. So I just, unfortunately, but I feel bad for Ozzy. But Ozzy, he's looking like, I mean,
That's because you're used to seeing him a different way, and now that he's older and
yeah,
more things are coming into play,
yeah,
it's
just is sad. But if I end up joining another band, I'll be doing some Ozzy Osbourne. 'Cause
nice.
They do 2 of his songs, I think. Anyway. Okay. So that's that. Really? Or is that mine?
No, that's mine.
Okay. What's that?
My former neighbor. The one that
Where's
helped
his
me.
hair?
Huh?
What happened to his hair?
Well, he's always been that way.
Oh. Okay. Well, tell him this is a Trash Talking Radio night.
He probably forgot.
He gets you on weekends. He doesn't get you on
Any
Tuesday
night
nights.
but Tuesday.
Right. All right, next. Okay, so I found this article interesting. You know who Morgan Freeman is.
Yes.
I found this article very interesting because obviously Morgan Freeman's black. He calls Black History Month and African American terms an insult.
What?
That's what I said when I read it. I said, what? Because, usually black people or people of color,
Yeah, they're all about that.
but he's not. And I found that interesting that he's not like that.
Why?
What do you mean?
Why does he think that's an
Oh,
insult?
okay. Well, that's what the article's about. So we're going to find that out. It's your timing is impeccable.
Thank you. Inquiring minds want to know these things.
Okay. I thought you were straight.
There's a lot you don't know about me.
Okay. Anyway, so Morgan Freeman says that he slammed the terms Black History Month and African American on Saturday, claiming that both terms were an insult. The 85-year-old actor, 85. Now think of this. Abdullah the Butcher's 81.
Here we go with these old people again.
Ozzy's 74, and he looks better than both of them.
Yeah.
Anyway, the 85-year-old actor told the Sun Times that the annual observance, which takes place every February and recognizes the cultural achievement of black people, has a negative connotation to him, and that it relegates his culture to just 4 weeks.
Oh, okay. I get it.
So it's like White People Month is really White People Year. We got the whole year. And he feels that black people only getting 1 month, that's not really what he thinks it's not right, because you're taking his
Yeah.
ethnicity and diluting it to 1 month.
Okay.
And-
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. It just depends on how you see things.
Well, I mean, he's got some points. And 2 things I can say publicly that I do not like, said the $1 Million Baby star. Black History Month is an insult. You're going to relegate my history to a month? Also, African American is an insult. I don't subscribe to that title. Black people have had different titles all the way back to the N-word, and I do not know how these things get such a grip. But everyone uses African American. What does it really mean? What is an African American? I mean, if you were born in this country, are you really an African American?
No.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, that's...
But the thing is, if they're, through their genealogy, if their ancestors were African and they came over, then I could see that.
I see what he's saying, though. I kind of get it. I get it. And I think it's interesting. But, a lot of African Americans don't like the fact that he's said that.
I never know what to call them.
Nobody knows. And even they don't know what to call each other. Because,
You don't, you're trying to be politically correct, and
Right.
yet
right.
everybody takes offense to every word you use.
That's
so
right. That's exactly right. So I get it. I get it. I don't know. But it says, we gather here as one big tribe on earth, we get one, we gather here as one big tribe, and earth is the tent we all live in.
exactly, Anne. Too
Which-
many labels. We're all humans.
Yes, that's what he's trying to. I think that's really what he wants to say, is that, they're talking about things that shouldn't. I mean, we're white. We're not supposed to say this. He's allowed to say it, and if I had said exactly the same thing, I'd be a racist.
Right.
But because he's saying it, that's fine. He'll say it.
But yet, I see things, kind of like the opposite, in that where he says that Black history is only relegated to 1 month.
Right.
It seems like every time I turn around, I'm always seeing a black person, talking about everything. I don't think it's so much relegated to 1 month. It's just that 1 month where everything's brought to a head and they're really pushing it hard, because black people are a part of our history.
Well, yeah, they are. But
It's just February. They're pushing it because it's close to the end of the school year, and
I don't know what reason they picked February. I think that was an odd month.
was it having to do with?
Maybe it's because it's the
let's-
shortest month.
Let's
I don't
think.
know. Why would they do that?
Why was February chosen for Black history? Because it coincides with the birthdays of Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass, who were influential in the emancipation and abolition of slavery.
Okay, that's good. At least there's a reason for it. At least it makes sense.
Yep. The month also marks the anniversary of the 15th Amendment, which gave African Americans the right to vote.
Okay.
So, there.
But what about The thing is, I mean, calling. Okay, I got to be careful how I say things. So, what about a Haitian? He's black too.
Yeah.
He's not an African American.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
What about the ones that came from? I don't know. Let's say the ones. It's
What about the ones that were born here, not necessarily from Africa, but they're strictly American?
well, that's
You know, it's
well. I mean, they at some point they probably came from somewhere else, but that's what I'm saying. It's like a lot of these people. I think they probably there are a lot that probably think the same as Morgan Freeman. So I say, you know, I was really surprised to hear him say that, but I'm really happy that it came out of his mouth and not mine.
well, it gives you a different perspective on things, that's for sure.
Yeah, yeah. So I am, you know, I just a lot of the further down here it says several online critics slammed Freeman's involvement. For a man who played Nelson Mandela, he played Nelson Mandela, who knew better than anyone the impact and importance of isolation on a country and its success on the ground to change that nation's policy. It's disappointing to see Morgan Freeman take the money and support the oppression regime. And then there's another one that says Morgan Freeman is really determined to go to the deepest deepest level of hell, huh? that's someone was tweeted. Qatar out there with Morgan Freeman spitting words like unity and inclusion in an effort to promote tourism and then not practicing it.
Wow.
For all their country rules, crowd out there, sure, but then they don't get the lie about what they're really about, just for a cash grab. That's a lot of really bad words that are jammed together. But you know, I just think it's interesting that even he is getting criticism for saying the things that he said.
Yeah, well, Anne even said it bugs her that he gets slammed just because those people don't agree with him on
Right.
this. Yeah, I mean, you know, he's standing up and voicing his opinion,
Right.
but he's also trying to educate you.
Well, yeah, and they're all saying, "Oh, you're a traitor."
No,
No, not you.
I know
The
that.
black people are saying that he's a traitor.
but he's not.
The African Americans are saying that he's a traitor.
And what do they know
The
about
Haitian
milk and
Americans
ducks?
aren't saying that. Anyway, we're getting too serious here. All right, let's see here. Oh, here's a good one. I think I've got a new opinion on
Oh no.
Matt Damon. I think he's my brother.
Oh Lord.
I really do.
I hope not.
What do you hear this?
A brother from another mother?
Might be a brother from the same mother. Actually, when you get done hearing what I'm going to say.
Who do you think you are, Matthew McConaughey?
No, when you read this, it's funny. Ben Affleck says on Living with Slob Matt Damon, there were maggots.
Whoa.
So Batman says. He says they're the closest of friends, and they lived together at one point. But he said he would never live with him again, first of all. But he's still his best friend. But he said that Matt was not good at cleaning and didn't have any interest in cleaning. And it's interesting to hear him talk about him and then end up saying, but he's my best friend.
Oh.
I thought that was funny. The exact statement that he said was, says here, where are we at here? Okay. He didn't like them apples. I don't know what, no, he didn't like them apples. Okay. Ben Affleck and Matt Damon seemed like a dream team earlier in their careers. According to Affleck, when they were roommates in their early 20s, Damon was a slob. During a recent appearance on the Late Late Show with James Corden, Affleck, 50, opened up about the time he lived with Damon, 52, as well as his brother Casey Affleck, 47. Matt never paid a bill to this day that I know of. We're like, why are the lights not working? and it wasn't working because he didn't pay the bill. And that's because the utility company needs money to continue to fund our electricity, Affleck said. The former childhood friends made Hollywood history as the youngest Oscar winners to take home the trophy for their screenwriting of Good Will Hunting. At the time, Affleck was 25 and Damon was 27. And Corden said, would he consider Damon to be a good roommate? And Affleck said, Matt's a beautiful guy. I love him. He's my best friend. He's been great to me my whole life. He's a brilliant guy. I would not suggest living with him. So it's nice to know. He went on to say that his longtime and collaborator is a good actor, in part because he has the ability to focus and block things out. Unfortunately, that also meant blocking out the idea that when you finish with something, it has to be washed or thrown away.
Whoops.
Affleck revealed that he and his brother Casey decided to stop cleaning up after Damon to see if that would force him to get his act together and pull his weight on contributing to chores. We're just going to wait and see how long he will go before he actually gets up and goes. When it gets up and goes, I'm covered in garbage. However, that plan backfired. Affleck revealed that his brother came home one day to find Matt's room to find Matt there in his shorts and his T-shirt playing a '92 Sega hockey game in the middle of what was the living room, surrounded by concentric circles of garbage. He said, pizza boxes. I looked down and at the sushi thing that was a week and a half old. And there's maggots. I'm sure that Affleck really appreciated, I'm sure that Damon really appreciated that. Affleck and Damon recently reunited for...
Put signs up.
That's right.
Clean up after yourself.
Well, you know, it's one thing to have a roommate that never cleans.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's me. Although I do vacuum once a week.
Yeah.
That's true. I don't do nothing.
You were on a schedule where Monday was your cleaning day.
Still is.
Okay.
Still is. And so actually we got rid of a mattress yesterday, and we're going to get rid of the box spring next week. So.
Okay.
But yeah, that's my cleaning day, and eventually I'm going to start branching out to another
room?
I'm going to add a room. Well, right now I've got 3 rooms that I'm doing. I'm going to add a room. But I need to remove some stuff from that room before I can really do much stuff in it. But I don't think I'd even want to be Matt Damon's roommate.
Yeah, no.
It's funny though. I feel like he's my brother.
Make a chore list, and then when the chores are done, you cross them off.
I feel like he's a relative of mine. I feel for him. Yeah, let's see, from the same mother. Yes, she gets it. Let's see here. Then we got, okay, so a couple weeks ago, we talked about, what senator was that? That was DeSantis, Ron DeSantis from Florida.
Right. Okay.
About him saying it's illegal now to have a transgender or what are they called? The
Cross-dresser?
not cross-dresser, but the drag queens.
Okay.
It's illegal to have any of those. Well, Disney took offense to that, and Disney promotes their first ever Pride Night on Twitter after DeSantis warned them not to.
Oh my goodness.
This is getting really funny to me because, you know, you got Disney saying it's okay to be gay, and you got Ron DeSantis saying no, it's not, and don't you dare, don't
That
you
almost
dare.
sounded like Peanut.
Really?
No, it's not.
No, it's not. Anyway, Oh, we could talk about that too. I guess we could talk about that because we haven't talked about it yet. Right?
No.
Okay. But anyway, I just think it's funny because now you're in a contest where Disney has their their Pride Night, and DeSantis says, "I'm going to open a prison next door to you guys," just to show you. Oh man! And by the way, okay, so I don't know if I said this last week. You were here last week, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know if I said this last week, but I'm going to say it anyway because I probably didn't. So Ron DeSantis was ahead in the polls of Donald Trump by, I think it was by 10 or 15 points.
Okay.
Then Trump got in trouble. And Trump is being,
Right.
he's in trouble and he's going to court and he's being tried for all these things. Now, what do you think would happen to Ron DeSantis? Do you think he would go up in the polls?
You would think.
He didn't. He went down in the polls. Not only did he lose the lead, he's lost the lead by I want to say 13 points. He's down by 13
Wow.
points, where he was up before. So this lawsuit or this trial is helping Trump in the poll, in the presidential polls. That's, to me, is insane. It's really insane.
Sometimes you just need to keep your mouth shut. What is that expression? You catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar or something like that?
Well, Ron DeSantis is an asshole.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I do not like him.
He's an asshole.
And the thing is, he is getting. He has his opinions, and he wants it his way or the highway, and that's what he's doing here. He's pushing Disney, and when he pushes Disney, I think he's doing the wrong thing. I think that people look at Disney as this giant establishment, and it's the reason everybody has jobs in Florida. And he keeps pushing them, and then they're just, if you look at it from the standpoint of this politician, looks like he's picking on them now. He originally had a reason that he wanted to make his opinion, and he made his opinion, and he got his, I don't know if he got the law passed or not, but he made his opinion, and now because Disney is against what his law was, he's attacking Disney. I don't think that's a good idea for him because I think people are going to side with Disney before they're going to side with DeSantis.
Right.
So he might be hurting himself by doing this whole attack on transgenders and all that. I don't think it's doing him any good as far as if he wants to be president. I really doubt he's going to get in with that philosophy. He'd probably be better off if he were to find some kind of middle ground instead of being so headstrong in that direction, because I don't think I don't think he's gonna win with that platform. He's got to find a platform because everybody loves Disney. You can't hate Disney. I mean, I went to Disney and I fell in love with Disney. I thought, oh, I don't want to go to Disney, and then I loved it. I just loved it. And Universal, it's awesome.
On my bucket list.
It's fun, and it just brings you to childhood. And, I think that the problem is he's sticking on one thing, and people are not going to like that. He looks like he's being a bully and picking on Disney.
Right.
Now, Disney, granted, is big, a huge corporation.
Disney would kick his ass.
But think about all the power that Disney has. They're going to make sure he loses everything. And he thinks he's a tough guy. He thinks, oh, I'm going to open a prison next door to you. Well, that just sounds like he's...
Maybe he's doing that just to get his name out there because that people are going to pick up on Disney.
I don't know. I think he's doing himself more harm than good. But
as long as he loses, what does it matter?
I mean, I agree. I mean, I don't really.
Wait a minute. You agree?
I agree that he.
I was going to say you never agree with me.
No, I agree with Disney.
Okay.
I'm on Disney's side because
I
love Disney so much because it was so fun down there, and it's one of my favorite memories in life is my time that I spent in Disney. I got married down in Disney, so I love Disney. But anyway.
Yep, it's on my bucket list.
It'll be a fun trip, I guarantee it. You will have so much fun. All right, let's see here. What did I forget why I wrote this. What did I write? Oh, okay. All right, yeah, I remember now. Okay, so the Writers Guild of America nearly unanimously voted to strike
Oh,
if the new contract with TV and film producers isn't reached by May 1st.
that's not good.
Yeah, we haven't had a writer strike in a long time.
Yeah, because then we'll have to speak everything.
Right, you're not allowed to write at all.
Ugh,
Yeah.
yeah, that would be hard.
Well, I mean, I don't write. I do everything by speaking. Alexa, do this.
Yeah,
Alexa, do
that's
that.
true. And we see how some text messages are miscommunicated because they make no sense.
Yep.
Yep, I understand that.
Yep. Okay. Anyway, it's been a while since we've had a writers' strike, and it could be interesting if they can't make up that whatever the disagreement is. So, also Super Mario Brothers, the movie, hauls in 92 million for its second week. It's now at 700 million globally.
Wow.
That's in 2 weeks.
I have to get.
It's a
to
good
see
movie.
that.
I mean, it's a decent, it's an okay movie. It's kind of nostalgia for me, but it's okay. I definitely like the movie, but I miss their accents.
Yeah, I definitely have to get out to see it
Yeah, it's
and
fun.
stop doing too many things on the weekends.
Okay. What's that mean? What's too many things?
Well, let's see. Last week, I had plans Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night.
Yes, you did.
And, well, it was so bad that Saturday morning I got up, looked at my phone, it said 10 minutes of 7, and I thought I'd be late for work.
Oh, well, I enjoyed Jeff Dunham. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
It was fun, and
Glad I could return the favor.
it was definitely cool that it was almost like we were in the same box that we went to before, but I don't remember what box we were in before, but it seemed like about the same distance.
That's what I was thinking the first time I went there, and I was like, yeah, they were around here.
I loved it, and it was a lot of fun, and we just I just love Dunham. I can't get enough of his stuff, and he had tried some new material, and
Yep.
and I loved that too, because it's fun because we got to see the part of the next year's Valentine's Day.
yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. It was fun because it was,
And when it airs on TV, we can say, we heard that first.
and we're way, way, way in the back there. You can't even see.
Yeah, I know, but, we had the best seats in the house.
It was good.
Yep, I was so thrilled that I could get those tickets,
You
and
made me remember what it was like to go working when I used to have access to those tickets myself. Back in the old days, back when you didn't have any tickets and I did.
yep,
Now you have tickets and I don't.
exactly.
So,
But
Yeah.
I shared them with you.
yes, you did.
Mhm.
That's the second thing was that the second thing? Didn't you get-
Yes.
What was the other thing you took us to? Oh, the Globetrotters.
Yeah, and then we have WWE Raw coming up next
And I
month.
would have taken you to the Globetrotters, but you wouldn't go.
Yeah,
And you could have seen Nigel.
yeah, I know.
But Nigel wasn't there this time.
Nope.
So, yeah, next we get to see Raw. And that's going to be a crazy week. 'Cause I'm going to... Okay, so I think this is the way I'm going to do it that week. That week is the week I'm going to Orlando.
Okay.
So, Monday I'm going to be with you.
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday I'm going to be with you. So what I'm going to do is Monday or Tuesday I'm going to sleep all day.
Okay.
I'll have the show written Sunday, hopefully.
Oh.
Hopefully. And then I'm going to sleep all day, get up for the show, do the show. Then I'm going to leave from here, from the show, to start my trip to Orlando. 'Cause I'm going to
Okay.
drive to Orlando. So about 12 hours, I believe it is to South Carolina.
Okay.
I'm going to stop in and see a friend that I haven't seen in a long time. So I figure by then I would be about his place. And then we'll just say hi and we'll talk, and haven't seen him for a while. So then I'll rest for a little bit. And then I'll drive another, whatever, I think it's probably another, probably another 8 hours.
I was going to say 6 to 8 hours, I would think.
Yeah. But I don't know if I'm going to drive to Tampa, though, because that's another 4 hours on
Oh.
top of that. So I'm probably going to drive to Orlando, but I'll probably fly to Tampa. So, it'll be fun, though.
Oh, I know. I wish I were going with you.
It's going to be interesting because I won't have anybody to talk to all the way down.
You have your car to talk to.
I won't talk to my car because my car obeys me and does when I talk to it.
Oh, so it doesn't talk back.
Well, not usually. So,
Unless they're beep, 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 beep.
speaking of which,
Oh, no, you want me to talk.
yeah, for a few
I
minutes.
knew it. I knew it. All right, I got to take my headphones off. Yep.
Yeah, this is my break. I get breaks.
Oh, hold on. I got it.
Wait, you can't drop yourself.
I just did. Oh, he always catches me off guard on these things. Okay. Yeah, he did give me an idea. So, as he said, Thursday, we went to see Jeff Dunham. I was able to get tickets from work, and it was great, you know. Just have, I mean, the Giant Center was pretty much filled. You know, I had wonderful company there. I used Jeff Dunham and the tickets I got Friday as part of Cirillo's belated birthday gift. So Friday, I went to work, left work at 5 o'clock, stopped and picked up Ashley, and went home, picked up Cirillo, and then I had one more stop to make before we could go to the Giant Center. I picked up my friend Eileen. Eileen is a lady that today is her 21st anniversary of working at Walmart, which is her second job. She works full-time. She was at a dentist's office, but then they had to let her go because new people took over. And this woman, she works so hard, she rarely does anything for herself. So I said, you know what, it's time to do something for her. So we took her to see the Isaacs. We saw Terry Clark, and we saw Reba. It was an amazing show. It was amazing. Okay. And, yep. So, you know, the Isaacs, they are a family group. They do 4-part harmony. They were there for an hour.
With no big deal.
Yep. And then, you know, then Terry Clark come on for an hour. And then when Reba come on,
How long did she go?
I would say like maybe 2 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But during her sets, she had one part of it where she did some songs with the Isaacs. Another part she did with Terry Clark. So
Wow.
she kind of brought them back to help wrap it up. And, you know, you have all the costume changes and everything. But, you know, she talked about this was the next to the last stop on her tour that started in 2022.
Wow.
And she, you know, she said this is in between filming for her TV shows
What
and
TV
movies. Well, she has the TV show called Reba.
Oh.
She was in Big Sky, which I believe is a TV show, and one called Hammer. So, you know, I want to see Big Sky and Hammer.
Sounds
But-
like some tough guys, wrestlers.
Yeah, well, the one, she's a judge that, I think it's Hammer, they said she was a judge that she don't take no crap. But, you know, and it's funny because we were looking at the Jumbotron that they had there, or the screens behind her. She doesn't look like she's 68 years old. She looks as beautiful as she did when she was younger.
Huh.
You know, the bright red hair. She sounds just as amazing. So I'm hoping even though Cirillo didn't get his carrot cake, that he enjoyed his belated birthday gift. And he can't ruin these anymore.
Can't ruin what?
Well, the Dunham tickets were supposed to be a surprise for him.
Oh,
And he kind of had to ruin that, so then I just tacked on the Reba tickets.
it was supposed to be a surprise for Christine too, but I couldn't hold out. I couldn't hold out. I had to tell her.
Yeah, because how would you say, oh, Trish and Cirillo are coming up. Well, why are they coming up? Can't tell you.
Oh yeah,
That
no,
would
well,
be bad.
Well, the thing is, that was just like that was hard for me to hold out and not tell her because I just wanted her to. I knew how bad she wanted to see, and it was my fault because I introduced her to Jeff Dunham. She had never heard of Jeff Dunham, and I started playing clips, and she just like, oh, this guy's really good, and she goes, oh, I'd love to see him, and I thought, oh,
Guess what?
yeah, I didn't expect to be able to take her to him. I was gonna go. He was up in Selinsgrove, and I was gonna take her up there, and they were $140 a ticket. And I'm like, maybe not. I'm too cheap. There's a reason I'm retired. It's because I save my money. And
Yes.
I don't want to give my money to him. I
Right.
like him, but I don't want to give him all my money. And this is a good way.
Well, I'm glad I could help out.
You did. You helped out just great. So are you done with your story?
Yes.
Okay, good. I mean, not good. I mean,
No,
I
it
mean-
is good.
all right. So here we go. Let's see. Let's see where we're going to start here. We're going to start. Oh, okay. That's because this is the. Okay, I do. All right, the new ones start here. Okay. All right. Because I had stuff that was. Okay. We'll start. There we go. Ooh, this first one is going to be tough. Okay, there was a 16-year-old boy that, he was a clarinetist. And he was just, I don't know how to say this any way other than, he was shot. Now this is really sad. This is, this guy here, he's 16-year-old boy clarinetist, released from hospital after life-threatening shooting. Now, okay, you think, well, okay, everybody, he may be shot. He probably deserved it or whatever. You know what he did?
What?
He went up to a house and he rang the doorbell,
Oh, no.
and he was at the wrong house.
Oh,
and the
no.
guy shot him, and probably because he was black, or probably is. He's still black. He's still black. Not was. But
This is ridiculous.
A lot of this has happened in this week. This week, a lot of people have been shot that should not have been shot. This is ridiculous. This is really sad. So Ralph Yari, a 16-year-old clarinetist from Kansas City, Missouri, has been released from the hospital after he was left with life-threatening injuries following a shooting last week. The black teenager was meant to be collecting his siblings from 115th Terrace, but instead he arrived at 115th Street in error. Here, Yari was shot twice by the house's white occupant after he knocked on the door of the house by mistake. The assailant has been identified as Andrew Lester, an 84-year-old man who, as of Monday, April 17th, has been charged with by local prosecutors with first-degree assault.
84?
He's 84.
Oh,
So you can tell that this guy had never
right.
had any interaction with a black person. And this person here, he was scared probably. I don't know. But fortunately, the kid's going to make a recovery.
Do you really think they're going to do anything to the 84-year-old man? Because
Yes.
he is 84. He'll.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you
Okay.
why. The reason I think they're going to have to
They're going to have to, but
They're going to have to because the kid didn't do anything wrong. All he
Right.
did was rang the doorbell and the guy shot him.
they're going to say because the guy is 84 years old, any sentence you give him, he's not going to live to fill
well.
it anyway.
Oh well. He deserves it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no reason to shoot this kid.
Unless it was mistaken identity, which
The musician's family set up a GoFundMe page to pay for the hospital bills. Let's see what the GoFundMe is. Oh wow! Holy
Whoa.
freaking cow! They set it up for $2.5 million, and he got $3 million.
oh my goodness.
Well, that's good. He got $15,000 from Ellen Daniels. Freaking A.
I want to be her relative.
Yeah, me too. Wow. I'm really happy for that kid.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, it's nothing can make up for someone getting shot, but that'll help.
Yeah,
That'll
exactly.
make him feel a little bit. I guess I don't really need to pass out on because he's made his money. I feel good for him though. I said Yari, it's Jarl. But anyway, well, congratulations on that. GoFundMe gets probably $500,000 of that, but still, that's a good deal. That's freaking insane.
See, that's one of those success stories
Yeah,
and beyond, because you see other ones like from some of the wrestlers that put those up
Yes.
and they can't get jack shit.
Well, you take a look at Superstar Billy Graham.
Exactly.
He won at 20 grand. He got like $3
Yeah.
grand or something like that last time I
well,
looked.
yeah, that's
And then Abdullah, you
Yeah.
know, but we're looking at this kid. No, this kid didn't deserve this at all. This was in 2 days. he got $3 million in 2
well with
days.
friends like what is her name?
Ellen.
Ellen?
Yeah.
No wonder.
I want to be her friend too.
Me too.
Hey, Ellen, how you doing? that just freaking, it's good to have people that are willing to step up to that. That's just amazing. Here's some of the other people. 10,000 anonymous, 10,000 anonymous, 10,000
Boy, Anonymous has a lot of money.
Anonymous does have a lot. Oh, I'm sorry. James Chambers gave 10,000. Kathleen McGrath gave 5,000. Anonymous again. Kyle Peterson gave 5,000.
Anonymous can't decide when to stop.
Well, Anonymous said, well, maybe I'll give another 10,000. Oh, I forgot that I gave 10,000. I'll give another 10,000.
Yeah.
Oh, well, since I forgot, I feel like I should give 10,000. Top donor
Or maybe he was playing cards and every time he lost.
I don't know, but wow, that's just amazing. That's awesome. Wow. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
I never would have saw that coming at
It
all.
makes you wonder how many of those are family or
Phi Beta Sigma fraternity gave
Wow.
1,000. Here's Anonymous gave a couple more. That's freaking, well, congratulations. I guess there's a good thing about, I mean, there's not such a good thing. I'm not saying that it was good he got shot, but
Right.
it's good that people took care of him.
yeah.
But yeah, wow, that's just, whew. Y'all has shared and platformed has been shared and platformed by various celebrities such as Halle Berry and Viola
Wow.
Davis, as well as the musician and band leader Questlove, who said in the Facebook, "I was a Ralph. We're all a Ralph."
Oh,
That's just awesome. I am so happy for him, because I mean, not just who expects to get shot for ringing a doorbell.
yeah.
Well, there's a couple more people I'm going to talk about that had the same thing happen, but
Oh, no.
Anyway, there's there's body cam footage of let's see here. So body cam footage shows police fatally shoot the armed homeowner after responding to the house. Is this the same one? Is this the one? I gotta see here if this is the one. Because there were so many of them this week. It's just,
Hi, Jen. Love you.
hey Jen, what's up? Let's see here. I'm trying to see if this is the
You know,
same
these
one.
people with the shooting stuff, I mean, it's got to stop.
This can't be
There's
the
got
one.
to be other ways of dealing with shit like this.
Yeah, you just get rid of the racists. This is a different one. This is in New Mexico, and that one was in Kansas City, so that can't be the same one. Here, oh, this is what I was looking for. Okay, so here's the man, Andrew Lester,
Wow.
man charged with shooting of the black teen, Ralph Yarl, is in custody. So I'm just glad that they moved on this, because this is a thing that should have not happened at all.
Right.
Because if the kid was breaking into the place, I'd understand that. If the kid was attacking somebody, I would understand that. But not just knocking at the door or ringing the doorbell. That's no reason to shoot somebody.
If he'd have knocked on my door, Bear would have barked at him to death.
Well, look at this guy. He looks like he's a killer.
Oh, yeah.
84-year-old. Hey, maybe Morgan Freeman should come to his house. They'd be able to talk about the good old days. Oh man, that's just sucky. I mean,
I just see his lawyer saying, he's old, he's maybe not in his right mind, he, finds some excuse.
yeah, the man charged in the shooting of a black teen who went to the wrong house while trying to pick up his siblings last week has surrendered to law enforcement. Lester is accused of shooting. See, this is the thing. He's not accused of shooting. He shot Ralph Yarl. He's not
Yes,
accused.
but they have to
Yeah,
say that because
it
at
should.
the time he wasn't proven guilty.
It says here, Thompson said at a press conference there was a racial component here, and I just really this is weird. Okay, so it says he went to he meant to pick up his brothers from a friend's house on 115th Terrace, but ended up ringing the doorbell at 115th Street instead. Lester opened the door, saw Ralph, and allegedly shot him in the head. When Ralph fell to the ground, allegedly shot him again. So after he was already down, he shot him twice. He shot him again. Ralph got up and ran from the property after he got shot in the head. That's a strong kid. So it says here, ran from the property, but he had to ask 3 different homes before someone helped him.
Oh my goodness.
So that's where Faith Spoonmore, the teenager's aunt, wrote online. According to the court records, Lester told police it was the last thing he wanted to do, but he was scared to death due to the male's size. And, that kid is not that big. He was not that, he's a little kid. He's not little as in...
Unless he's tall.
I don't even think he was tall. Oh, man.
Yeah, something's not right. The guy's not in his right mind.
Well, I think he was scared because he's probably never seen a black guy that close. Oh, man. Biden spoke with Ralph's family Monday evening and offered his prayers to the teenager's recovery.
I wonder if President Biden donated on the GoFundMe. He might have been anonymous.
He could have been. He probably couldn't remember his name.
Probably not.
Says here that she said the bullet in his head was not removed for up to 12 hours.
Wow.
And that there was a residual, he sustained gunshot wounds to his upper right arm and left frontal lobe above his left eye. She said the bullet in his head was not removed for up to 12 hours, and that has a residual effect. And
wow.
The injury is going to stay with her son for quite a while. So, yeah, he's able to communicate when he feels like it, she said, but mostly he just sits there and stares and the bucket of tears just rolled. I just can't, I just really feel bad for the kid.
Yeah.
So, I wonder what's wrong with what's wrong with people these days, other than there are truly racists out there. There are people that are
a lot of it could
afraid.
be drugs, but in this case...
This guy was he could have used some drugs, I think.
Yeah, but, most of the ones that we see around here are probably drug-related.
Right.
Something like this, it could be, like you said, racial. It could be... It
was racial. It was definitely racial.
Yeah, but it could be like he's going to say, oh, well, he had dementia, or anything like that. Who knows? I would be interested to follow that story and see what they do charge him with and how that works out.
Yeah. Okay, where's my mouse? For some reason, I think my mouse is not working. I don't see it.
Gerald,
there it is.
I was going to say, Gerald's around here, isn't he?
Actually, he moved upstairs.
Oh.
He's been adopted,
Oh.
I think. But anyway, so there's another one. This one here shows body cam footage. It shows the police fatally shot an armed homeowner after responding to the wrong house. So now the police, this is a different case altogether.
Right.
The police were going after a particular person in New Mexico, and they went to the wrong house, and this guy started shooting at the police. I don't know why he shot at the police, but it's probably not a good idea to shoot at the police, because he ended up being shot because of shooting at the police. And
I'm considering getting cameras to put on my front and back doors.
I think it's a good idea, and I'll tell you, if you do decide to do that, I'll tell you what to get.
Okay.
Because you really do, nowadays, it's a shame, but you kind of got to do it now, and it doesn't make sense to not have cameras because there are so many people out there that just. But anyway, this here is the actual footage from the police's body or what you call it,
Their body cam.
the body cams. Yeah. So we'll see. I did not watch this yet. I have not seen this yet. So.
4305. 425. I need officers all
So they're approaching the 5305 Valley View. At this time, it's not known why officers responded to the address.
10-18-20%.
I'd like to know why they were, what they were after, but they had the wrong house.
Watch out for a dog.
That's a dog. And a bunny rabbit on, so it's just their Easter.
Police department.
I said the dog.
I would not want to be a cop. I would not.
Farmington Police.
They've knocked 3 times, announced themselves 3 times in a span of 1 minute, 26 seconds.
405-24-2039.
Might have been 4308.
You know, this looks like a
Is
skull.
it 43 or
Look at
5308?
this. This looks like a skull. It
Is
looks
this not
the head and
5308?
the eyes.
That's what it said right there, right?
No, it's a 4305, isn't it?
108. Can you 10-9 the address?
5308 Valley View Avenue. Had a confidence factor.
Don't tell me I'm wrong.
So they went to the wrong house.
Oh shit.
Now they're leaving.
Hey, hands up!
Now the guy got out, shot at him.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Wow.
1033 on Channel 10.
So
You
if he
good?
had- if he had
You
just
good?
waited
Back up, back up, back
about
up.
2
Check
more
yourself,
minutes
check
till
yourself.
They all left.
5308 Valley View Avenue. 10-4.
No, Jen, it was in New Mexico.
4108.
4108.
We're 10-4. We're gonna back up a little bit. Back up, back up, back up.
Here, 10-4 backing.
I mean, now the guy has broken the law.
Right.
Whereas
So
before,
there was the right address now.
yeah, well, because, you know, if he had let them go and they would have just gone to the right place and arrested the right person, but they didn't, they got all, he got all panicky and shot at the police after they were backing off. Now he is in trouble, and he may not have been in trouble before because nobody would have known if he was doing drugs or whatever he was, you know, getting in trouble for.
Wow.
4108. We have one down at the doorway. Hey,
Copy, you have one down.
I got you covered. Move.
Moving.
Let's move out.
Oh my goodness.
Hands up!
Man!
Wow.
4108. Shots fired again.
Body worn camera footage from the officer number 2.
Hey, hey.
Crazy.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
I just can't understand.
Go
people.
check yourself. Check yourself.
I'm good.
Like even if he was the bad guy, what is his chances of getting out of this situation alive?
Not
None.
good.
None. And you know, that's the thing I don't understand is I would rather be alive and in jail than dead. You know, I don't want to be shot. I don't want to shoot
I don't
anybody.
either, but you know, what was going through this guy's head?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
He must
people-
have had something illegal in that place.
or there was something that caused him to feel like he had to defend himself.
And against the cops, though.
Yeah.
4108
I think he was white, too, by the way.
10-4.
Wow. That's just.
Hey, he went down.
Hey,
Copy, you have one down.
I got you covered. Move.
Moving.
Move out. Hands up!
Sounds like popcorn in the headphones.
Yeah,
Please don't. Man!
again. Okay,
Officer
from-
number 3, okay.
So which officer do you want to be? Officer number 1? Officer number 2?
Not 3, that was loud.
Oh,
1033 on channel 10, 1033 on channel 10, shots fired.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Take yourself.
I'm good. Dylan, you good?
I
what
think they
unit?
hit them for some reason.
Yeah, I think so, because they said, are you okay?
10-4.
And he goes, I'm good.
4108. 4108.
All three again.
That would be freaky for the officer,
Back up a little bit.
I think.
Need some cover.
You know, even though he had a bulletproof vest on, and knowing, hey, I got shot, but because of my vest,
That does hurt too, by the way. If you have that hitting you.
Okay.
oh, but if it's popcorn,
Come on.
Hands up!
wow.
Are we having issues because of Comcast? That's my question. I didn't reboot the server, and I should have. So anyway, that's the end of that. Now I'll read the article and see what the situation was. It says here, a police department in New Mexico released body camera footage of officers fatally shooting a homeowner after they responded to the wrong home. All of us, men and women of the Farmington Police Department, recognize the severity of this incident. Farmington Police Department chief said in a statement, and we will do everything we can to ensure the fuller understanding of what took place. I believe the footage will help us provide a greater understanding of what transpired. Police officers from the department were called to the neighborhood on April 5th, about 11:30 p.m. Reports of domestic violence. The body cam footage of the incident released Friday by the department shows responding officers walking up to the front door of the home with the house number illuminated under the light. The video shows the officers knock 3 times and identify themselves as officers.
Well, that's why they knocked on the door and not on the ceiling.
Yeah. And there's no response at the door. So one of the officers asked dispatch to confirm the address of the home and to tell the person who called 911 to come to the front door. Dispatch states the address of the house across the street where one of the officers responded. Moments later, the homeowner, who was armed, opens the door and officers are seen shooting him. The homeowner is seen dropping to the ground.
Wow.
So the officers back away from the home and woman screams from inside the house. I believe the woman grabbed her gun and started shooting too, if I'm not mistaken. Police said the homeowner's wife was also armed and fired shots from the doorway, not knowing who was outside. Police returned fire, but the woman was not injured. Dispatchers received a frantic call from the daughter of the deceased homeowner.
Wow. So are they going to go after the woman too? Because she was firing at them, but she didn't know who he was firing at.
There were gunshots in the house and my dad is dead, the daughter told 911. Sirens were heard soon after the gunfire ended. Help, someone shot my husband. Please, please, my kids are upstairs. The wife of the homeowner is heard in the background pleading with the officers. There were gunshots in the house and my dad is dead, and the daughter sirens are soon heard.
Wow.
3 identified officers involved in the matter were placed on administrative leave, and the investigation is ongoing. Once again, so we don't have all the information on that, but it was just, I think it's really weird that your first response to the thing is that,
Well, it kind of makes you wonder, like, I know this probably has nothing to do with it, but if he went to answer the door and he had a gun, okay?
Well, he didn't answer right away. He did take a little time. So.
No, but what I'm saying is, what has led up to that caused him to say, the next time somebody knocks at the door, I'm going to answer it with a gun? You know, were kids like knocking at the door and running away? You know, what caused him to be in that mindset of when he shows up, bam, he starts shooting?
That's a good question. I don't have any idea. I don't know why, he was so freaking angry or whatever it was, scared. I don't know what it was, but the worst, okay, so let's see if it says anything updated on this.
I mean, there's the poor wife all she knows is that somebody shot her husband and he's dead. So she's going to start firing, thinking whoever shot him, I'm going to shoot them. Okay, fine. I get that.
Because you don't know if you're going to be invaded by that.
Right.
You don't know who shot. All you know is that your husband's dead and he's on the ground, and you have kids upstairs, and
See, hers would be self-defense.
right. His, I still don't really know, and
Yeah,
and,
they're
it's
not
really
saying
It's
anything.
kind of a shame because, I guess we'll find out in the coming months or coming weeks. But yeah. Okay, so we delete all this.
And when you got those wrong addresses, I didn't even like it when I was doing DoorDash and all that, because
Right.
you never know what could happen.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think I had another one.
I mean,
somewhere.
I've ordered from DoorDash and people don't even deliver, saying, yes, I did. And, you're supposed to take pictures of where you're dropping the food off. And I'm like, that's not my home. Well, that's the address. No, it isn't. They think I'm on Chambers Street. They think I'm on Chambers Hill Road.
Yeah. I'm trying to see. I thought there was another one. Let's see. No, I guess there wasn't. I thought there was a couple of them that I had, but I guess not. Okay. I'm going to save this one because this one can be done anytime. It's kind of funny, and I want to do it. And there's a couple of people here. Rather than, all right, then we'll go to this one. Oh, okay. This is kind of funny. So a man leads troopers on an off-road chase before backing into their patrol car. So that didn't work out very well.
No.
It's kind of like, let's see.
This whole thing with the cops, they're not being safe now, so I'm starting to question them.
Well, I mean, here the cops did the right thing, but
What, backing into a car?
no. The
Oh.
cops, they backed into the cops' car.
Oh.
The cops were chasing these guys, and they went off road and decided they could probably get away.
And they thought backing into the patrol car would stop them.
They thought
okay,
something. I
got
don't
it.
know. They didn't think it through very well. I think they kind of made a mistake there, because if you're gonna, best thing you can do if you're trying to run away from the cops, you don't back into them. That's anyway, man.
Well, they can't chase you if they can't have their car moving, but
Yeah,
can run.
Yeah, well, it says a man accused of leading troopers on a chase on an off-road ATV trail before backing into a patrol car. State police and troopers tried to pull over a car on Keystone Lane in Armstrong Township, Indiana County, around 4 p.m. That's Pennsylvania, by the way.
Yeah, that one.
And police said the troopers tried to pull over a vehicle on Keystone Lane in Armstrong Township around 4 p.m. on Friday, but it didn't stop. Troopers chased after it. Police said they followed the vehicle on ATV trails and continued into Plum Creek Township.
Wow.
Troopers said the chase ended when the vehicle backed into the state police car. A 45-year-old from Ford County had a handgun without a carry license and suspected drugs and paraphernalia. So if I was that guy, I would have run back on those trails, and I would have been throwing things out of the window. So, and then when I ran into their car, I'd say, "Oh, I didn't know you were back there." But I mean, if you got all these things where you have drugs in your car and you have a handgun without a license and
Shame on you.
and drugs and all that stuff, yeah, there's probably a good reason he was running, but he should be a little better at evading. I think he should get it for not being very good at evading.
Reckless driving.
Yeah, something like that. So that was kind of weird. Then we have another. Oh, okay. Let's see here. Trying to remember what. Oh, this is weird. So here's these. I always thought that males were
Males?
more. Well, I want to say this correctly. We're more apt to do illegal things than
Okay.
females
Okay.
when it comes to lewd and lascivious. Okay, I'll just
Criminal.
let me go into this rather than try to say this the way I want it to. So, wife of a top
Ooh.
cop and substitute teacher of and daughter of the mayor allegedly exchanged videos of sex acts with a teen, kissed him on the lips in the classroom. So you would think that maybe, I mean, with all these people in your family that are politically and
With
legally,
political connections.
yeah, and legal connections, because some of them were cops, some of them were mayors. You would think they would know better than to do this kind of thing, but they don't seem to know things. And maybe they should go to jail.
They probably think it doesn't apply to them.
So Emma Delaney Hancock, I think her name was. Hey, it's the right name for it anyway. Her name is Hancock. Is that right? Is that what her name was? I think it is. Yeah. How'd she do that?
Yeah.
That's funny. A Wellston, Oklahoma substitute teacher charged with exchanging nude photos and videos of sex acts with a 15-year-old student has been identified as the daughter of the local mayor and the wife of the local police chief.
Oh, Lord.
You can't make this stuff up. This is
Only in Oklahoma.
I don't know. That would probably happen just about anywhere, I would think. The police probe, or the criminal probe of Emma Delaney Hancock, 26, is being led by Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation, OSBI, due to the fact that she is the wife of Wellston Police Chief Alfred Hancock
Conflict of interest.
and daughter of Wellston Mayor Paulie Whitna, citing that the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office court records reviewed the law and crime confirmed that OSBI is the
Yeah,
arresting
because I don't
agency.
think the
Can't be arrested by her husband.
yeah.
And
Now that could be. She probably has a brain tumor.
yeah, it might be something. People are so weird. I mean, this girl, she's 25. What's she? I just can't understand.
Bad reaction to steroids.
I just can't understand. I don't. Okay, I understand that 25 and 17. Okay, there's not a big gap there.
There's enough.
I mean,
8 years.
If she were 20 years older, it'd be nobody would think twice about it. But it's a child 17, and even if he was 18, he's still a student of hers, and she's a substitute teacher. So I mean, if she just would have waited 2 years, she could have cheated on her husband and not gotten in trouble.
But when you're
How horny are you?
thank you.
I mean, really, you can't keep it in your pants that long. I mean, I don't know. If she wanted to get laid that bad, she could have gone to the local bar and found somebody who was 20 looking for a beer, and she could have bought him a beer.
Oh, you can't say anything because my husband's the cop and my dad's the mayor. So
Yeah, well, now she's got all
we
kinds
won't
of
get trouble.
She's got all kinds of trouble, especially since the FBI's involved. Mm-hmm. Freaking, I am so amazed that,
Next thing you know, she's going to have some relation to the FBI. Maybe somebody in the FBI is her aunt.
well, she might be lucky if that's happening, because she's got all kinds of trouble now. Jeez, I can't even imagine.
Wow.
By the way, Jen, if you're still there, you got to buy this T-shirt. I don't know, you probably didn't see it because you got in late. You gotta have. I've got these trash T-shirts that are really cool. And let's see what the next one is. Never underestimate the power of a trash.
Yep.
And then there's keep calm and let trash handle it. I
Yeah.
want to get that for Christine. she needs that one. And then we got okay. So now you think this is bad, right? You think this last Delaney girl was bad. Oh, by the way, I still like the fact that her name was Hancock. Anyway, here is one that's just as bad. An abusive mom of a teen YouTube star bragged
Oh.
she was a pimp, madam, making kiddie porn. There's a $22 million lawsuit. Can you, what is with these people? Like if you had a kid that, well, you do have a kid that was, if you had a kid that,
But not one like that where I'd brag I'm doing all that shit.
that's what I'm saying. How stupid are you that you're getting involved with what are you talking about?
I heard that.
Keep calm.
Let trash handle it.
Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So I mean, you have kids, and your kid is on YouTube. How crazy is it that you would have to be involved? I mean, like, can't you find people your own age? I mean,
Was she trying to ruin her
yes,
kids?
I don't know. But she ruined her own life.
Oh
now.
yeah.
She's messed up now. I don't know how you get back from that, because
A defense, not reason of, or what do they call it?
free from me. I don't have any T-shirts. Those are pictures of T-shirts that I found online.
What's that defense? It's right on the tip of my tongue.
Insanity.
Yes.
Tiffany Smith has been. This is crazy. Here's the. All right, we could watch this as opposed to me talking about it. This would be just as
Mental
easy.
disease or defect. There.
Here we go. Oh wait, why don't we have sound? Oh, that's fine. This one here. See if the sound still works. Oh, it works yet. Okay, the mother of teen YouTube sensation Piper Raquel is being sued by nearly a dozen of her daughter's content creator friends over alleged abuse as well as and apparent lack of compensation. Tiffany Smith has been accused of harassment and molestation. I mean, just the whole fact that this is kind of things that guys would do.
Yeah.
Harassment, molestation, and abuse. How would you like to be her, have
No.
her be your mother, and you're like
Nope.
trying to make a YouTube thing go, and she's out there screwing everything up for you. And when I say screwing, I mean screwing.
Literally.
Yeah. The suit claims that the momager earned the reputation of a mean-spirited control freak. Whose interactions with the content creators were not only sexually inappropriate, but often reprehensible and even illegal. In total, the plaintiffs, who are all former members of the Piper Squad, are starred on her daughter's YouTube channel, and starred on her daughter's YouTube channel, are
Wow.
seeking at least $22 million.
Wow.
What is with these parents? I mean,
Realtor.com.
I don't understand. I just don't. I don't understand what the fascination with destroying your kid's life is. Not to mention your own life, because now she's going to have to probably
Drugs, alcohol.
probably, or just wanting to be special because
Well, they said she was a control freak.
yeah. I just can't understand. I mean,
It's one thing to protect your child.
yes, that's what it should be. It should be
But
protecting
that's
the child.
too far.
Yeah, that's not protecting. That's trying to take your daughter's fame and make it work for yourself.
Yeah, no. That's just wrong.
The next one is about your dog.
My puppy?
Yep, Bear.
No.
Bear stuns man.
My bear's bark is bigger than his
I
bite.
don't know. This bear is bigger than your dog. Bear stuns man chillaxing on the patio. My eyeballs got a stretch. Now, so this is kind of what happened to you, sort of, except that this guy got really close to the bear. He was relaxing on his porch, and he was sleeping, and the bear came up and was like walking around on his porch and like pretending well, not pretending, but just actually looking for food, I guess. And the guy woke up, and the bear was right in his face. It could have killed him, but the guy was like just kind of remained calm, and he got out of it alive. So yeah, it was funny because he, I think there's footage of it. See, is this the footage of it? Let me see. I don't know if it's this one or I know it's on here somewhere.
Wow.
Nope, not that one. Here's some. This is off his camera. So he's sitting there lounging in his little sunroom area or whatever, and there's the bear. And then the bear's here. He's like doesn't even know it's there.
No.
All of a sudden he turns around and he says, "Oops, there's a bear in my carport."
You better go chase it away, Mike.
Look how close he got.
Yeah, I'd be that guy too. I'd be like, what are you doing here?
Yeah, I'd be terrified. And then the bear just said, "Okay, I'm done." Jeez. Not the first time he and the bear have come face
Kids,
to
don't
face.
try this at home.
Yeah, I'd be terrified. There's the bear again, hanging out on the porch, or hanging out on the, I don't know if that's his fence or if his
Looks like the deck.
sunroom or whatever.
Wow.
Oh, man, that's too close for comfort, man.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want that at all.
Hey, I was already freaking out when he was on my front porch and I was behind the door.
I know my sister would like that. She'd like to have a bear like that.
Oh, I'll stick with the bear I have, thanks.
What Tina say? Doc did hear that
His mom went in a Masonic home yesterday and she was in the hospital for 4
Oh,
weeks.
I'm sorry to hear that.
But if
Well,
she's in a Masonic home, that's a good thing, right?
Yeah, but Doc and I had a conversation the other day because he needed, just
Yeah.
needed someone to talk to, and he told me about this stuff. I feel bad for him because his father is like, I don't know, 86
Wow.
or something, and he's worked hard his life. He worked as a farmer,
Right.
so he worked really hard for everything. And she was in a home where they were taking care of her, and he took her home and tried to take care of her by
Wow.
himself. And I applaud him for trying to do that, but oh man, I knew I couldn't do it because I know what it was like to take care of someone, and I wasn't very good at it. And anyway, they were ending up charging him an arm and a leg while they had to come to the home to take care of her.
But
And,
the thing too is, like, in my dad's case, he wanted to be at home.
Well, yeah, there are people that do,
And
a
it's
lot
like
of people, I
if
think
your
every-
loved one wants to help you with that, they're going to do it.
but it's not really feasible for most of us because we can't. It
I
costs
understand
It
that.
cost him a lot of money in drugs
Yes,
and stuff.
I understand that.
And he couldn't afford it.
I understand that. But
So-
if somebody is determined,
I understand what you're saying.
what
But-
do you do?
You got to look at it realistically. My mother had to go in the home, and we couldn't have taken care of her the way that they took care of her.
But if she was determined not to go, what would you have done? Exactly.
We couldn't have taken care of her.
I
It
know.
was just because we just didn't have the resources.
I understand
We
that.
put her in a place that could take care of her because they know
Yes.
how to take care of her. We could not do that.
Right, but his dad didn't want to upset his wife.
Understood.
Well,
Well, she's at the Masonic home. That's probably the best place for her because she's going to be taken care of, and he won't be hit with those bills that for
Right.
having nurses come to the home. And
you just have to get him to see that side of it.
well, I mean,
It's hard because he's probably thinking, "Look, I promised her I'd always be there."
yeah, I know. I understand. McDonald's, they're going to have a new item called loaded fries, fully
Oh.
loaded fries. Now we're talking. Now we'll talk about good things. Let's talk about food.
Food.
So we can get the McDonald's loaded fries. So that's going to be a new thing.
No, I'll keep their regular fries as long as they start giving vinegar with it.
I can understand that, but people.
I'm going to have to start carrying my own little bottle of vinegar with me.
I like loaded fries though. That's my favorite kind of fries.
Yeah, they might explode on you.
No, they're just loaded. They had a lot of alcohol. I don't drink, but that's to each fry their own.
Yeah, okay.
If they want to have alcohol. A new McDonald's trend has emerged on social media with the mouth-watering dish kicking off in the UK. British TikTok users are creating loaded fries using various dishes they purchased from the fast food restaurant. Lauren Griffin has more than 150,000 followers on TikTok. Is one of the social media users who has taken part in the trend. I've been seeing the trend all over my For You page of the McDonald's loaded fries. I could not do this one. I could not do this one.
Yeah, I'll take the loaded fries without the cheese, please.
The content creator bought large fries, crispy chicken tenders, mozzarella dippers, a double cheeseburger with extra pickles, sweet and sour sauce, as well as curry sauce. Curry sauce, ooh. She loaded all the elements into a bowl before stirring it around. And that sounds like it could be ooh, that does look good. Yep. I'll go to the UK and get her loaded fries. I can see why this trend is absolutely mad, she said. She couldn't explain how delicious it was. You know how much that would cost to get curry, to get all these different things and put them together yourself? That would be an expensive meal. That'd be like $10 for a little thing of fries. Or
Just
more.
think if she door dashed it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, thank you. So that's a bit crazy, but hey, people do what they want to do. This next one is a bit disturbing, so I want you to know that ahead of time. I do sometimes get these weird ones. A couple beheaded themselves with homemade guillotines
Oh,
as a
no.
sacrifice.
No.
Oh, boy.
No.
You know, did you ever hear of the Darwin Awards?
Yes.
These people would be able to be part of the Darwin Awards. For those of you that don't know what the Darwin Awards are, the Darwin Awards are awards given to people who die for the stupidest reasons, or the most creative reasons in this case, we're glad to have them off the planet because it saves up resources for the rest of us. But anyway, a husband and wife from India simultaneously decapitated themselves over the weekend using an improvised guillotine rigged in such a way that it severed their heads and it rolled directly into a fire altar as a form of a human sacrifice. Farmer, I can't say his name because it's really a weird one, Hamunbai Makwana,
Former ATM,
38, and his wife
ATM.
Hensabin Makwana, 35, committed the sickening act of sometime between Saturday and Sunday in the village of Vinchia, located in, who cares where it's located. The couple first prepared the fire altar before putting their heads under the guillotine-like mechanisms held by a rope. Okay. The only good thing about that is it probably was quick.
Yeah. Ooh, still.
But I can't imagine, like, if my girlfriend said or my wife said, let's do this, I'd say,
Are you nuts?
yeah, I would say, are you nuts? And then if she says, we got to do this to make it to our heaven or whatever, I'd say, okay, let's do it. And then I'd cut my rope so that it wouldn't fall and say,
Mine didn't work.
mine didn't work, sorry. I can't imagine that. That's just freaking,
wrong.
I mean, what religion allows that? I mean, I guess there is some, but I don't know.
Or if this was, what kind of sin could they? Well, maybe
now,
it shouldn't have.
okay, so it's bad enough the two did it, right? And that they were 35 and 38. Okay?
Well, maybe they had premarital sex and they had to.
Okay, but here's the sick part. That isn't even the sick part. Sick part is they had children, ages 12 and 13. They found their headless torsos when they returned home from visiting an uncle in a nearby village.
You know what it almost reminds me of, don't you?
I do. But she didn't want to die.
No, she didn't. But it's just sad that, yeah, no.
Yeah, the anniversary's coming up too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. According to the authorities, they found a suicide note written in their own language, stating that the couple had taken their own lives willingly and that no one else should be blamed for their deaths. Well, what are the kids going to think? That's what I want to know. I mean, just think about their kids.
They weren't, clearly.
In a parting note, the duo appealed to their family members to take care of their elderly parents and their two orphan children. You know, I don't know. I just think it's so selfish.
Mm-hmm.
If they had been sick and didn't want to live anymore, That'd be one thing. But, I mean, it doesn't say anything like that. So they've been worshiping the god Shiva, one of the main deities of Hinduism, at an improvised temple they had set up on their own property every day for the past year. And I don't know. I'm not interested in a religion that tells me to kill myself.
Yeah, I'm not either.
So if you're thinking you want me to join, don't put that in the stuff. I just can't understand. I can't understand it. Because I think in the religion that I believe in, it's a sin to kill yourself.
Mm-hmm. One of the 10 commandments is thou shalt not kill.
So as if cutting your own heads off isn't bad enough, man arrested for dismembered bodies of missing pair found in his storage unit.
Oh,
I'm
jeez.
serious. I can't
Didn't
make
want
this.
to put him in a freezer.
I can't make this up. This stuff is real. Oh man. That's just oh wait, what'd she say? We love you and Trish. Thank you guys. The last 4 years was hard on Doc's dad. Doc's mom was a good lady. She loves us all. It was hard on his dad. Yeah, that's what we were talking about over the weekend. And I felt sad because, I mean, it's a no-win situation.
No, definitely not.
Because, when you are with someone, especially as long as he was with her, you can't let go. It's hard to let go, and there's a no-win there. Because when you lose your wife, regardless of how you lose her, you feel the loss deep.
Well, too bad they couldn't find a home where, like, I don't know if the Masonic home down there would do it, but have him in with her. Have him there instead of him keeping her at home, have him move in with her and take care of both of them.
Yeah.
Maybe insurance won't let them do that. You don't
know. It
know.
could be. I don't know. I don't really understand that. It's just so hard on everybody. Anyway, the man arrested after dismembered bodies of missing pair found in his storage unit. Massachusetts man was busted for the deaths of missing couple after their dismembered bodies were found inside bins in his storage unit. I would think that it would be better to find a place to ditch them than keep them, because it would stink after a while.
You would think.
And they're going to be caught. I don't know. I would be a good criminal because I would think of all those things that they're not thinking of. I'm not going to keep them in the storage unit. We got to figure out a way to move them out. I'm not going to cut my head off. I'm not going to. Nope. Oh, I'm not a good criminal.
Nope.
Anyway.
You're too honest.
Yeah. Well. Anyway, it says. It says that Leonard Volkov, 37, was arrested on Saturday after the bodies of Carol, Krryl.
Carol.
Is that Carol? Okay. Shunkin, 37, and Pavel Vekshin. Boy, oh boy, I guess these are another set of Indian people. 28 were located in his Boston storage unit. Police said that Shumkin had been the guarantor on the lease for an apartment the alleged killer had in Medford. During a recent lease extension, however, Shumkin gave up his role, leading to Vulcan. What a mess.
Must have been something in the air.
Among the bodies, police found bleach, rubber gloves, and the items that belonged to the slain men. Oh, what is with these people? And look at this guy. He just looks like a young kid, Did they say how old he was? 37. I just don't get it. It seems it would be better to find another place to live than to go to jail for the rest of your life, which they probably will.
Wow.
That's a shame. So another killer. This is strange too. I got the weird ones tonight.
Yes, you did. What did you do when you wrote the show? Search weird stories?
I just said, tell me what What's going on in the world? Ex-Planned Parenthood execs.
Oh no.
Exec commits suicide after a botched child porn raid. So this guy is the Planned Parenthood exec.
Former Planned Parenthood.
Well, the reason he's former is he's dead.
Well, yeah.
But they found kitty porn on his hard drive, so he killed himself.
Well, as much as I hate to say it, yeah.
Oh, it's better. I'm glad we don't have tax dollars to worry about now.
Yeah, but it's like, was that his, or was that from people that he was working on?
His. Come on, why would he kill himself if it wasn't his?
True.
It's such a shame. It's.
There's high power pressure situations.
Well, look at him. He's a young kid too. He was freaking.
What, 35?
36.
Oh.
It says here, a former Connecticut Planned Parenthood honcho took his own life days after the police failed to arrest him on child pornography charges. Watching the raid by knocking down the door of the suspect's New Haven neighbor. Tim Yurgo, 36, the former director of strategic communications of the Southern New England branch of Planned Parenthood, died by suicide on Tuesday amid a child pornography investigation. The person who died was definitely the suspect in a child pornography investigation, and the person who committed suicide. 5 days earlier, members of the Special Victims Unit investigating the child pornography case reportedly broke down the door of his neighbor and handcuffed a woman before realizing that they had raided the wrong place.
What is...
Again, yeah, what's this about? That seems to be the theme of the night. I'm sorry. This is like four stories.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Because first that black kid,
Yep.
then they attacked the woman, or killed the man.
The man that shot him
man.
and killed him. Oh, my goodness. There must have been a sale on stupidity.
And it's all different parts of the country, too. We got Kansas City, we have New Mexico, and that's in Massachusetts.
Yep.
Or Connecticut.
There was a sale on stupidity.
I guess so. And here he is. Together we fight for all. Nope. Oh, no, this is him.
Yeah.
Proud. So he must have been a gay man, but he must have looked at the kitty porn. That just sucks. I mean, no, I don't want to say sucks. That's just
wrong.
rotten. It's horrible. So that's just, I don't know. I just don't understand. I don't understand why people would like
Drugs, alcohol, stupidity, brain tumors.
Okay, this is the one I was looking for earlier. Okay, now I see. There was another, I hate to tell you this, this is, okay, this woman here is a substitute teacher,
Oh, no.
okay, in a school
Okay.
that the kid started screaming at the teacher
Okay.
and swung at the teacher,
Okay.
and the teacher took her down and beat her butt.
Oh, boy.
So that is that's the only bad thing about that is
Chelsea Donovan reporting live. Thanks, Chelsea. Rocky Mount police say they're investigating now a fight involving a student and a substitute teacher at Rocky Mount High School. A profanity-laced video has surfaced and shared online multiple times. It shows the pair arguing over a cell phone and then everything turning physical. Take a
now.
look.
First off, before we go any further, I want you to pay attention to this because I'm going to ask you, when it's all said and done, would you think she was wrong?
Okay.
The teacher.
Okay.
Okay?
Why does the rules not apply to everybody else? That's my phone. No, you did not keep nobody else's phone. And you finna give me my don't touch me. That's not my phone.
Swung at her.
Situation continues to escalate, obviously, to this moment. Both the student and the substitute teacher swinging at each other. Within seconds, the student is on the ground, restrained by the sub, disturbing all the way around. It is important to point out we do not know what happened before the recording started or how that incident ultimately ended. Police identified the substitute teacher as Xaviera Steele. Nash County Public School System is telling us that she has worked with them since 2021. The student was only identified as a juvenile. WRL's Destiny Patterson is working to get in touch with the teacher and looking into possible charges.
Okay, so what you saw there,
Okay.
do you think that she was justified in it? Who do you think? I think they're both wrong, but
Yes.
what are your thoughts?
Well, first of all, the student shouldn't have been as mouthy as she was.
Correct.
There was a reason why her phone was taken from her.
Mm-hmm.
However, you know, when the student swung at the teacher had every right to defend herself.
Right.
She just, maybe that's her instinct to take him down, and, she didn't, because what are you going to do if you smack them with a paddle nowadays? It doesn't do any good, or children and youth say you can't touch them, so
Correct.
what are you supposed to do?
And there's one last thing that I agree with you 100% up to there.
Okay.
The only thing that I don't agree with.
Is that short skirt? No, you like short skirts.
I like the short skirt. I think it should have been shorter. No, she continued to pound on her when she was on the ground.
Yes,
that was wrong.
Yes.
That was the only thing that I thought was wrong. I thought that because the girl swung at her first,
she should have defended herself, and that was it. And then called.
And maybe not. Called security.
Yep.
Or something. Because now she's going to get the brunt of it because she was pounding on her on the ground.
Yeah, it was excessive.
Excessive. But and the thing is, the kid was a kid, and she's going to get hammered for that too. So I
would
applaud
hate to
her.
be a judge in those cases.
I wouldn't want to be a teacher because of those things. The kid was mouthy. The kid was definitely in the wrong, and I would not have punched a teacher that was that much bigger than me. But I remember when I was in high school, the only time I saw a teacher fight was in chemistry class. The one guy got up in his face and he put him down. The teacher put him down, and he should have put him down because you don't get in his face. He swung at the teacher, and the teacher knocked him down. That's the way it's got to be, because you can't show weakness in a situation like that. If someone swings at you or tries to hit you, you have no. The problem is you can't defend yourself because because they're children. And as far as I'm concerned, once that child swings at you, he's no longer a child.
Yeah, all bets are off.
I felt it was. The only thing I felt was it was a bit excessive that down on the ground she was still pounding at her. You probably shouldn't have done that, but when you're angry and you lose your cool, it's not always easy to keep it together. That girl's going to be sued probably. I figure she's probably going to lose her job. She's only a part-timer. It's not but she might as well find another career.
Yeah, because they're not going to take her in any of those schools. She'll probably have to go to anger management.
And it's a shame because I'm all pro teacher, but that teacher went a little bit too far on that, I think.
Yeah, and the kid's going to be like, oh, she broke my nose, she broke this, she broke my that.
I hope she did. I hope if she's going to go out, I'm glad she went out swinging.
And it's like, well, what did you do to provoke that?
Right, and they got it on camera that the girl did provoke it.
Yep.
I don't know. I feel bad because, see, that's one reason I'd never want to be a teacher.
That catch-22.
You can't win. You can't win against a child. And even if the kid provokes it and deserves to be beat up, you're not going to win. It's a shame. But, that's why I'm not a teacher. Because
well, I know here at the beginning of the school year, children and youth were called to Natasha's house because Everett was in school and he was saying things like, my mom threw me down and all this.
What?
Well, he wasn't doing what he was supposed to. Now, Everett is a big kid.
He is.
He's as tall as Natasha, but he's a lot heavier. And, he wouldn't take a shower, wouldn't clean up his room. When it came time to go to school, it's like, he didn't want to go to school, and he thought he'd tell his mom, hey, you can't tell me what to do. And she's like, you've got to go to school. So she was very angry, and she threw a shoe at him. And apparently the shoe connected with him. He got a black and blue mark, so he went
big deal.
and told the school. And, of course, they had to bring children and youth out. And she goes, how am I supposed to, discipline him?
Right.
It was crazy. They found it unfounded, but still.
That's why when I first.
Mine too, Jen. Mine too.
When I was with this one girl who had kids, and she told me about having them sit as a timeout. I said, what's a timeout? What do you mean timeout? When we were kids, if we did something wrong, you patted us on the butt.
Yep.
And not pat. When I say pat, I meant.
Yep.
These kids, they have timeouts. Well, I don't get the timeout thing.
Well, it's because at one time, all the kids were hollering abuse, abuse,
I know,
abuse.
It's just stupid. I mean, I realize there are cases where kids get abused.
Yes.
But in the case of my situation, I would say I was never...
If they would do their investigation like they're supposed to, then you could tell abuse from discipline. But there's too many of them to take that kind of time.
I would tell you in the case of me, I was a good kid. I didn't really get in trouble. But my parents were not abusive in that way. I felt they ignored me. That's abuse.
Yeah.
But I don't feel that they physically touched me.
You were never called a guinea pig.
I was an ugly kid, too, so...
I wouldn't say that. I've seen your pictures.
That was a bad attempt at humor, by the way. And I feel like I'm going to get that back later. I feel like that's going to come up again sometime soon. I didn't mean it that way, but, well, maybe I did, but I didn't mean it directed at anybody.
Just remember, at least you weren't called a guinea pig.
I was called a pig, though. Many times. I was not liked in high school, so that situation was truly a sad situation for me.
Hey, I always got called a loser, so...
Let's talk about gummy bears.
What kind?
There's nothing bad about gummy bears, except these are Haribo. Haribo. Now, we talked about the diet ones that caused you...
Yeah.
These are not anything like that. This is a situation where people are getting crazy because they felt the gummy bear...
Too much marijuana in them.
The green gummy bears are supposed to be a green color. I mean, a green flavor. Like it should be grape colored, or it should be grape flavored, or
green grape flavored.
Yeah, well, they're not. So get over it. That's what it is. Get over it. That's okay. We're gonna turn off. Okay. So these Haribo fans learned that green gummy bear flavor is not what you think it is. So what do you think it is? First off, let's talk about what the green gummy bear flavor should be.
Apple.
Apple would be a good one. Any others?
Lime.
Lime would be a good one. Yeah.
Could be a green grape.
Grape. Yeah. Yeah.
Kiwi.
Could be. Yeah.
Kiwi.
Okay.
Trying to think of some other ones.
I'll tell you, it's none of those.
Yeah, I kind of figured that. Let's see. What else could
we'll just go on. I'll tell you what they are. Ready?
Uh-huh.
They are, it says here, fans of Haribo gummy bears are very perplexed to learn the real flavor of the green bear. A resurfaced post on Reddit pictures the Haribo bag and identifies each bear's flavor by color. While most consumers would associate the green bear with green apple or lime or watermelon.
Watermelon, yeah.
In most places, the green gold bear is actually strawberry flavored. Where do they get strawberry? That should be red, right?
You would think, but
well,
if it's mixed with cherry or apple.
Nope. Nope, it's not.
Okay, now I'm going to have to buy Haribo gummy bears tomorrow. Thanks, Mike.
Don't get the diet ones, though, because they'll give you going to the bathroom for that.
I shouldn't have those either, because my blood sugar will go.
Oh yeah, get those. Yeah. But anyway, that's so people were like freaking out because they aren't what they were what they felt they should have been.
Well, if you don't like it, change it.
Furthermore, they learned that the Hans Riegel, who established the company in 1920, named Haribo. Oh, how do you think it was named?
Somebody wore hairy bows?
No.
Oh.
He took the first 2 letters of his first name and the last name and the city he was born,
Oh.
namely Bonn, Germany. So we got, his name was, where is it?
Hans Riegel.
Yeah, Hans Riegel. So
That's where the H-A.
H-A, and the
Last name and city where he was born, Bonn.
Robbo.
Haben.
Robbo. He was born in Bonn, Germany. Last
Okay.
name, his first and last, wait a minute. First 2 letters of his first name and last name.
H-A-R-I, got it. And the first 2 letters of the city he was born in.
And that's...
Haribo. Yep. I
okay.
see it.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay.
Yeah.
So there you go.
H-A for Hans, R-I for Regal, and B-O for...
Or not taking a shower. Yeah.
So what flavor is the Red Bear, Mike?
I don't know.
Marcia wants to
How
know.
would I know that? I don't eat those things. Those things get stuck in your teeth. I don't like...
Probably cherry.
Yeah, it probably is. No, it's probably... You know what it is? It's cucumber.
Ew. Gross. Cherry or strawberry.
Yeah, it could be. I don't
And
know.
if you get the green that's a strawberry, it's like, okay, which color is it going to be? The red one or a green one?
All right, so...
That would be me at work. I'd be sitting there and not even thinking, oh, that was strawberry. Well, that was strawberry.
So have you heard of the Benadryl challenge?
No.
You know that TikTok has a bunch of challenges that people do.
This is why I don't watch it.
Well, a boy, 13, did the Benadryl challenge.
See how many Benadryls it takes to fall asleep?
Basically, yes, that's what it is. It killed him. See, now I don't understand why these kids, or why anyone would do this stuff when they know it could be dangerous.
Because they think they could become a TikTok star.
Well, he could. He's going to be he's famous.
Yeah.
He died.
Posthumously.
Yeah, not anything good he can do about it, but he won he lost the challenge. But he's no longer around to enjoy it. He's dead. And Ohio teen tragically perished after overdosing on over-the-counter medication while attempting a viral TikTok stunt. 13-year-old victim Jacob Stevens has been partaking in the Benadryl challenge, a dangerous pursuit in which participants take 12 to 14 of the antihistamines, 6 times the recommended dose, in order to induce hallucinations.
That's where they start doing the drugs hard.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that the person died. The potentially deadly stunt started blowing up in 2020 as teens uploaded their attempts on TikTok in order to gain social media clout. Jacob's father, Justin, told the news that his son was at home last weekend with friends when he overdosed. The footage taken from his pals showed the Columbus resident downing the pills, after which his body reportedly started to seize up.
Marcia said this is why everything is locked up at the stores. We can't go about our normal lives without getting permission to buy a basic product.
Because kids are stupid.
Yep.
And so are adults, too, by the way. It was too much for his body. Jacob was subsequently rushed to the hospital and put on a ventilator. Despite medics' best efforts, the boy perished 6 days later on what his father described as the worst day of his life. Justin described hearing the devastating news that his son wouldn't wake up. No brain scan. There was nothing there. They said we could keep him on the vent, that he could lay there, but he would never open his eyes. He would never breathe, smile, walk, talk. I mean, I just don't understand
Yeah,
You know?
this last whatever it was that I had, where it's like I just went to buy cough syrup and
Yeah.
they had to come over and make sure I was over 18. I'm like,
Jeez. Well, I know you have that young look.
oh, thanks.
You look like you're 12, 13. You look like that, which one was it? The lady no, she was after little boys. I'm sorry.
I appreciate that. I don't feel 12 or 18.
Okay. About 20.
Okay, that'll work.
All right. 21. There, you're
21, I'm legal.
legal. Just sad though, because this kid, I mean, he's never going to see his teens just because of a stupid little.
And I hate to say it, but I've got a granddaughter that loves TikTok, and
See, I don't understand
her
TikTok.
parents encourage her, to watch videos and stuff on there. And
Because here, there's also, this is also why companies have to put warning labels on. Yeah, it's stupid because people are stupid. Stupid. I mean,
Yep.
it's like she said, McDonald's has to put a warning that the coffee's hot. I mean, really? Do you really need? Do you?
well, some people buy iced coffee, and
yeah,
they
but
put
not
it
at
in the same,
McDonald's.
put it in the same cup.
They're just idiots. Idiots. That's all they are. They shouldn't even. They should die because they're stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Here's a good one. Well, not really. Here's a weird one. How about that? That's
Weird
probably-
is better.
Texas DPS interrupts human smuggling attempt. Driver tries to flirt with the officer.
Oh Lord!
Oh man, this world is just, I don't know. There's not much left of this world that's worth saving, I think there's a period that you just say, okay. I think that it's got to be, it brings the Darwin Awards back up. These people shouldn't even be around. This lady here, though, I mean, she knows she's wrong, so what does she do? She figures she could flirt with the officer and she'll get away with it. But the thing is, the people that were in her car sat there and didn't even try to get help. The Texas Department of Public Safety arrested and charged a woman with human smuggling after she was found to have two female illegal immigrants in her sedan. Texas DPS said Lydia Elizabeth Badillo, her name's Badillo. How bad is she? Badillo.
That just sounds even worse.
Well, she's at least bad. Shalom. Did you get it?
Mm-hmm.
That's a Michael Jackson thing. Anyway, she was pulled over at 8 p.m. on April 12th while driving a gold Chevrolet Malibu. During the stop, the trooper discovered Badillo, who lives on Edinburgh, was smuggling two immigrants from El Salvador. In the video taken of the traffic stop, Badillo told the trooper she was going out to get drinks. She then started flirting with the trooper, telling him he was handsome. Badillo told the investigators she picked up the two women from a stash house in Mission, Texas. The two women were provided fraudulent Texas driver's licenses to get through the border patrol checkout on line 4. Badillo told the trooper that once she got beyond the checkpoint, she was planning to meet another driver who was going to drive the two women to Corpus Christi. According to the Texas DPS, the smuggling method used by Badillo is used to smuggle female immigrants into the U.S., where some of the women are forced into debt bondage and work off the debt through forced labor and sex trafficking. This is just insane.
This is not supposed to be happening in the world.
If your mother went up to you and said, "So what are you doing for a living?" "Oh, I'm just smuggling women." I don't know. She faces 2 counts of smuggling of people, and the 2 illegal immigrants were referred to the U.S. Border Patrol. So, oh man, I just can't imagine. Like, she decided she could flirt with the officer. Maybe that would distract him from the investigation, I guess.
That's just wrong. I mean, crying works, so why doesn't flirting?
Yeah, really, why not? Yeah, I mean, us guys are stupid most times when you do that stuff. Let's see what we got here.
Oh, I didn't tell you. Ashley got pulled over. Well, Ashley and her man.
Doing what?
They had just picked up this other car, and apparently they were driving the van home or something, and they got pulled over because their back lights didn't work.
Oh.
Well, here what it was. Thankfully, her man kept the packaging to the light bulbs that he had just purchased earlier in the day because they were the wrong light bulbs.
Ah.
So the officer followed them over to an AutoZone, and this happened what night? Thursday night, because we were going to go see Jeff Dunham, remember?
Yep.
And she was supposed to dog sit.
Yeah.
And that's why she couldn't, because they were dealing with that.
Jeez. Okay. Why, as a woman,
Okay.
who, if you had an apartment, why would you delay turning your lights on when you got home?
First of all, I'd probably say to save electricity, but I would not want somebody looking in my windows or knowing that I'm home.
You're close. Yeah, you're really close to the real answer. That's the reason is, okay, so this woman had this issue where she says, why apartment dwellers should delay turning on lights when they get home. So you live in an apartment complex, and you go in, and especially if you suspect that someone's following you, which she did, she suspected that. So she went into her apartment, and she didn't turn her lights on right away because she noticed outside there was a car that followed her home.
Right.
And
you didn't want her to know, or she didn't want them to know what apartment.
Which apartment it was.
Yeah.
I never crossed my mind. Well, being a guy, I mean, we wouldn't really have that probably happen unless we're in a bad drug deal or something. The guy was coming after us or something. But I never would have even thought about something like this because.
Well, it makes sense.
Well, yeah, it does.
Yeah.
But women are more often targets than guys are, and if guys are targets, it's probably going to be a hit, not anything else. But that's the situation that she had, was that says here a viral safety tip advising people to leave their lights off when they come home from an outing has TikTok users sounding off about home security and personal safety. Mary Alice, a singer and songwriter who lives in the United States, created and shared a TikTok video detailing a suspicious encounter she reportedly had with a man outside her apartment. In a 1 minute and 17-second video, Mary Alice said she felt bad vibes when the man didn't recognize her, or when a man she didn't recognize approached her one night shortly after she parked her car outside her building. When I got home, I got out of the car and there was a man getting S out of his car. Okay. She said in her viral video, which was uploaded March 31st. I had never seen him before this morning when he was in my apartment complex area. Mary Alice claimed the man had tried to make conversation about one of her headlights being out, and she reportedly told the man that she was aware and would have it repaired another time.
Wow.
I go inside, don't turn lights on, but have a feeling to check my Ring camera. He's standing in the street, which is very close to my apartment building, staring at my building, and he did not leave for 5 minutes.
Wow.
The security footage that Mary Alice claims to have shows the man had moved behind a car in an empty parking space where he reportedly appeared to hide while staring in the direction of Mary Alice's apartment.
Jeez.
So that would be enough to scare me. I mean, you never know who's out there, and especially with you women, I mean, how do you, unless you are carrying a gun, and as we noticed in earlier reports, people die from guns.
Oh yeah. Well, I can tell you, I have a string of lights in between my kitchen or my living room and my dining room that are on 24/7.
Okay.
Plus, I have a light on above my kitchen sink. That gives me enough light when I go in the house to be able to see where I don't have to turn any lights on.
Well, in your situation, you're in a single house, or I mean a duplex, but we're talking about an apartment complex where
yeah.
you don't know. Like, if I was following you, I would know where you live
Right.
by you going into that house. But in her,
Yeah,
she's
that's
going into an
true.
apartment complex. He don't know if she's on the top floor, the bottom floor. He doesn't know. But if you turn that light on, he knows exactly which place.
See,
you're
I
in.
would leave a string of lights on anyway, in an apartment just for that reason.
Okay. All right. I'm going to save this one for next week, 'cause that's a pretty cool story. That's from the new site that I found.
Okay.
I'll
How do
save this
English
one.
teachers get married?
What?
On Alexa.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't either.
They probably, I don't know. Okay, so these last two here, and then we'll call it quits.
Okay.
And the reason I'm doing these last two is that they are really bizarre stories that are similar in what they were, and I found them. So the one happened in China, I think it is.
Hi, Cheyenne. Hi, sweet girl.
So if someone has been stalking you, trust me,
Hi, sweet girl.
they know which apartment you're in. Yeah, they probably do. Or maybe they saw you at a bar and they're following you because
They want to, yeah.
they want to know. But anyway, so this first video, this Chinese acrobat fell to her death.
Ooh.
And it's really a shame. It's scary. I don't know if you want to see the video or not, but it's just thinking about these acrobats. They're nuts. I would not do the stuff those people do,
Hi,
because
pretty girl.
it's never gonna. It's really a sad thing. She was with her husband, and he was supposed to catch her
And
with
he
his legs,
probably
and she
has
missed, and he missed.
big guilt.
So yeah, he either that or he's really happy because he did what he said he was going to do. He killed it.
Hi,
No,
Cheyenne.
I was really it freaked me out a little bit. she's such a cute dog.
And right now she's so serious.
Well, of course it's a serious story. But anyway, this poor girl, she ended up dying from the fall, and they were together here, and they were still together there. She had her hands around his neck, and she was supposed to drop down between his legs, and he was supposed to catch her. And here she missed, or she was supposed to go between his legs, but her arms let go behind his neck, and she just dropped to the ground. So there it is. It's just sad. But she ended up dying from that. And then in the same...
Don't they usually have a net
They
there?
do not have a net in that one.
Yeah, I was going to say, but usually they do. Like
Well, some of
circus
us-
performers.
You're talking about a third
this is
world country,
China.
it's China. And then this one here happened in Coachella just recently. This one, I think she's alive. I think she is alive on this one, but I tell you, she could have died easily. She was up above the band. Coachella's a big concert. She was above the band, and there were curtains behind the band, and she had lost her grip on the curtains, and she fell between the speakers, and she's still alive. So I don't have an update on her, but here's her falling from there you can see her falling there too. There's the stage. There's the act that's actually playing, and she's holding on to the
Wow.
curtains, and she's just falling. She keeps falling, and she fell between the speakers and stuff. She's still alive. She's lucky she's still alive. she could have easily perished. So, all right. Anyway, well, I guess it's time to go.
Hi, Cheyenne.
We had our sign didn't work for me. You know, the speeding ticket. Yeah. Well, you should stop throwing those cigarette butts out of the window.
Or, don't go any faster than your budget can afford, Jen.
Wow, where'd that come from?
A wise man once told me, but I forget who.
Yeah, he's probably the guy that this T-shirt thing is all about.
Yeah, probably.
That guy there. Keep
Yeah.
calm and let trash handle it.
Yeah.
Just remember
Hi,
that.
Cheyenne.
Anyway, all right. I want to thank you guys for listening, and we'll be talking to you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel, and thankfully the computer worked this time. So
Yay!
I'll be talking to you guys next week, and remember. Uh-oh, it's not playing. It's not playing. Why isn't it playing? It's supposed to be playing. When was down, da 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 again. We are still the one for some reason.
I heard
it's
it
still
in
not
here.
playing. Well, yeah, it's playing here, but it's not playing on there. They don't have it. We're still the one. Yes, thank you very much. And I love you all. And remember that. And next week, we'll be here. Same bat channel. Same bat time.
Yeah.